stay bricked up.
I'm not sure I would go for it, but if I was with a girl and she lost her legs, yeah, I'd go for it.
Well, that changes things.
Yeah, if you don't go for it, then you're not.
Yeah, you're just like, oh.
But I'd indulge though, low key.
I feel like this opens up a lot of possibilities. Like, it's just crazy.
It actually wasn't as bad as I expected, but it was much worse than Keaton expected, so.
Oh yeah, he
Yeah, he just he stuck
nuts.
his nose in there and was like,
Yeah, people like shoot back. Like,
Yeah.
I saw this one girl shoot back and then forward on her steering wheel.
Yeah.
She was in the car. She was like,
Yeah, y'all were saying something about the
that's awesome.
how do you pronounce it, AJ? The ahegao or whatever?
Ahegao. I don't know how to pronounce it, bro. That's how
I
it's
don't either.
spelled.
Well,
Isn't
you
there
learned how to speak Japanese, didn't you?
Yeah, they didn't teach us that word in Japanese.
Yeah, but you
101
know
and
how
102.
to pronounce.
Yeah.
wait, is it like
Japanese.
hentai kind of ish? Or what's hentai?
So hentai is
Just straight up porn. I
hentai
think.
translates as perverted,
Oh,
but it's used to describe anime porn.
okay.
And then ahegao, as from context, seems to be just like the face, like the like you stick your
With
tongue
like
out,
lip
cross your eyes and all
dripping
that.
and there's like,
Yeah.
Yeah, like dripping drool and stuff.
Well, the reason why I brought that up, you guys said that y'all watched Food Wars.
yep,
Yeah.
all the way through.
What he was saying earlier, I remember we were over at his place. We literally had been like partying the night before.
Are we starting?
Yes.
Okay.
Oh.
Cool.
Thanks for the awesome transition, bro. Anyway, I just know that we were like partying the night before and got up and straight up hungover.
Mm-hmm.
And I was like, we'll just put something on Netflix. So we've been like gaming or something. And I just was scrolling through everything. And I was like, you know what? I'll put on some anime. I'm up for some weird shit today, whatever. Like, I like anime. We all know it's weird, though. Let's be real.
I mean,
And a little bit.
Some
And-
weirder than others.
Yeah. And then I just remember clicking on it because I was like, I like cooking food. This motherfucker likes cooking food.
Mm-hmm.
I'll click on it. I've never seen. I figured it was like Iron Chef, but
No.
like animation or something.
Yeah.
And it kind of is, but like I just remember
With a twist.
the first 5 minutes of the show, this chick's getting like raped by a damn octopus or something.
Like
I remember.
octopus and peanut
Well,
butter.
yeah,
Literally.
yeah.
That's back when I still smoked cigarettes. I went outside for a smoke
Yeah.
break when you started it. I came back and he had it paused and he's like, bro. He like
I was like,
rewinds it.
I was
He's
like,
"You
I
gotta watch
rewinded this. Yeah.
And I was just like, okay, it's a show about cooking. It was the exact same reaction. I was just like, what? I lost it.
Y'all watched like further into it though, right?
Oh yeah, we
I've
finished
watched
first
like all of
season.
it. No,
What?
I've watched like all of them. I know you have too.
I watched the first season, yeah.
No, you.
Or what? Maybe more. I don't know.
You
At
watched.
least the first
You watched.
season.
I watched most of it. I know you watched all of it because you got Hulu.
To a point, but they got.
I know Scott was telling me that at a certain point, like the animation gets worse.
I didn't. They didn't have that much that I know of. But
I'm trying to think. There's only a couple seasons on there that we watched.
Well, I think we only watched like the dub part, and then whenever it got into the subtitles, we were just like, I don't feel like reading.
Yeah, no chance.
yeah, no, I haven't even gotten.
So are you guys more dubbed or sub?
Definitely dubbed.
Definitely dubbed. If I
In
really
your
want to
fucking
sit down,
face, bro.
No, I almost always watch dub, but that's only because I multitask. If I'm focused on it, I think sub is better.
Yeah, I get that.
Except for select few, if they invest in really good like voice actors or whatever, then it's fine. But some of them suck.
Yeah, I agree.
Like if you watch Inuyasha, and you watch it, so dubbed was fine until I watched it subbed, and then went back to dubbed, and I was like, oh, this is trash. I had to change it back.
Don't tell me that because I've only watched dubbed Inuyasha.
It's fine as long as you don't try it subbed, and then the dub just seems so ridiculous.
yeah, like what are y'all even saying at this point?
But there was a dude that actually makes like almost everything from like Food Wars, like in real life. Like he uses what?
The food?
Yeah, like he like uses like because you know like how in the show they talk about like cook this at 350 degrees. That's
Oh,
that's
yeah.
what makes it so good.
Oh, the light toasting on the outside of this fish
Yeah.
is
Yeah.
like, you know.
So he literally like, uses all the descriptions and things to make the meals. And I remember there was one that
Try that.
Is it on
Yeah.
YouTube?
yeah it's on YouTube. Like he literally makes like almost every meal.
I saw it on TikTok, but yeah.
But they made there was one dish on there where it was like the world's hardest omelet to make, and it's a Japanese style omelet where like you cut it down the middle and like folds over your rice, but it's actually known to be like the hardest omelet to make. And this dude made it, and he was like, "Oh, well, I see why it was like in the show. It had everybody."
But you had to like shake the pan the whole time or
Yeah.
something like that, and it like rolls and folds over.
Mhm.
And it's literally.
Have you seen that where they like cut it and it like splits open?
I think
It
I've
looks
seen
fire.
something like
It
that.
does.
It looks good. Like
I
it looks
just
really
not
good.
couldn't make it.
Yeah,
I-
no,
all
I
anime
couldn't.
food.
I couldn't even make it to be
No.
honest.
Yeah.
Like
Yeah, I suck at omelets.
I
I
suck
don't
at
really
food.
make breakfast food very often.
Yeah.
I love omelets, but like the way that the inside is cooked on the one that I'm talking about is just so.
it's like
It's like a
moist.
different type of
Yeah,
food, right?
Yeah,
It's almost
I
like
don't get it.
uncooked but cooked.
It's like scrambled eggs.
Yeah.
Yeah, on the inside.
Yeah.
And then I don't know. I don't know. Just very weird way of making a omelet, but definitely takes skill because I overcook my omelet every time I make it. So definitely wouldn't get that.
Most, like I said, I cook a lot. I just don't cook breakfast foods. And most of the time I try to cook eggs, it ends up as scrambled eggs. Usually
Yeah, I was
I
gonna
try
say-
sunny side up. But recently I think I figured it out. But for years I'll like try it and it ends up just being scrambled.
Yeah, dude. I was gonna say like anytime I try to make an
Eggs in a
omelet,
basket.
it ends up being like a Waffle House like loaded in chunk scenario. You know what I'm
Yeah,
saying? Like
yeah.
it's just scrambled eggs with like ham and cheese in it.
Yep.
Waffle House is shit though. So I mean, hey.
You don't like Waffle House?
What?
I said no. Waffle House is the shit.
Oh, okay.
Oh,
I was like,
yeah,
whoa.
I took that.
You were like 2 days ago.
No,
Yeah.
I literally felt everybody look at me. I was like,
Like,
let me
okay,
clarify.
podcast is over. You can
Yeah.
go. Like,
No, that's the kind of shit we're here for. It's like, okay, let's debate.
Yeah.
yes.
It's like, what do you think's better than that? Because
What
it
was
ain't
it?
IHOP.
What was it you were talking about the other day? It was like IHOP is for, or not IHOP. What was the other one? What's the other breakfast place?
Huddle House?
It's like a upscale Waffle House kind of.
All I can think of is Denny's or Huddle House.
Yeah.
It
Huddle
might be
House is
Denny's. I
the
might be
only
thinking
thing.
of Denny's.
Huddle House.
Somebody's, yeah, I've never heard of that.
Really?
Huddle House?
That's like worse than awful.
It's
Waffle
definitely
House.
it's definitely worse than Waffle
Denny's
House.
is a Waffle House for people who aren't drunk or hungover or something like that.
I mean, that's fair.
Or
Yeah.
Did I say
Perkins.
that? I agree with that.
That's, I guess I assumed it. I heard it from you because that's
Yeah.
the kind of thing you'd say.
So we literally went to Waffle House like last week, and the lady went outside to take a smoke break. But before she left, she said we have 3 rules, and I remember one of them for a fact was no hanging on the hanging on the lights.
No getting up on the
What?
counters.
Yeah.
And if somebody calls the store, go throw the phone in the toilet so you can act like you're drowning or something
yeah,
like that.
literally said something like
Like,
that.
yeah.
And what's
Sounds like
funny,
a Waffle House
we
employee.
literally tried to call pickup right before we went in,
And
the
they didn't pick up.
yeah, they didn't pick up. But
Like,
Dude, so I used to live in South Carolina, and I worked for this company that was like Uber Eats, but this was like 6 years ago. So like Uber Eats was around, but it was like had just started.
Mhm.
Grubhub was around, all that stuff, but like at the time, it wasn't in the area that I was at. And I remember Waffle House was one of the people that had an agreement with our company. Like we would go there, like people would put in an order online, and we'd go ahead and out and get it for them, take it to their house, whatever.
right.
And I just remember Waffle House, dude. I remember having to go in there and cuss these motherfuckers out so many times. Like, put your fucking phone on the hook, you
Yeah,
bitch.
yeah.
You all signed this contract. Like, we're putting in orders. You answer your fucking phone. I mean, I get it. I was pissed off, but I understand. Like, it was a college town too. It was in Clemson. So like, on a Saturday, so many people are waking up, or on a Sunday, so many people are waking up, being like, man, I want breakfast, but I don't want to drive. But on the other hand, there's so many other people that it's like, I got up, I'm hungover, I'm about to go to Waffle House.
Yeah.
So like, I understand why it was so busy, but fuck that Waffle House.
I mean,
They always want to give me shit too. I'm like, bitch, you signed a contract.
right.
You know, like,
and it's just answering the phone.
yeah. But
Hire
it's
another
not just
employee
answering the
if you have
phone
to.
though, because if they have the whole place is packed, whatever, and then you have people calling in with essentially, it's like doubling the capacity of the
Yeah,
store. You know?
literally, yeah.
So
I mean, I don't know. I
it's not
could
up
see
to.
one.
I would do it if I worked there, honestly, because like
Yeah.
if you're getting paid the same amount either way, like I'm not mad at them. But
And it's Waffle House. Like,
Yeah.
I feel like everybody just has a story about a Waffle House, or like, oh, I saw a video at this Waffle House or something. And so even if I was working there, I'd be like, I don't know what phone you're talking about. I
yeah,
don't.
Yeah, half the time they're dealing with the fights
I was literally gonna say I'm more upset that I haven't had the experience of a fight at Waffle House yet. I feel like there's hundreds of videos on that.
I've experienced it twice.
Really?
One of the times a gun was drawn.
Wow. See,
In the
that's
store or outside?
In the store.
Oh my god.
But not at a cash, not like they weren't robbing anybody.
Give me my waffle.
It was like people were throwing punches and one of them was like, yeah.
Yeah.
But it was, I mean, yeah, not everybody ended up leaving.
One of my buddies from high school got arrested at a Waffle House because it was beside. It wasn't because he was at Waffle House. They just found him there. You know what I'm saying? Like,
Yeah,
he was. There was like a Walmart close by. This was years and years ago, and he went in and had found some like Beats headphones that he wanted, and he just nabbed them, and then he had somebody else out in the parking lot that was supposed to be his getaway car ride, whatever. They saw the cops and they just left. And so he just, when he walked out there, the cops were like, "Hey, stop!" And he just ran.
And Waffle House is the saving place, I guess.
Well, it was one of the
Granted.
closer places, but
Okay,
yeah.
okay.
But yeah,
That's wild.
might as well stop for some food.
I've never stolen from Walmart, but I've seen people just walk in, grab like a case of Gatorade and some other stuff, and just walk right out.
Dude, people are going into Walmart and all these other stores at the self checkout and getting the stickers off of like cheap ass meat
Yeah.
and just putting on stuff like. I know it's like a meme where people are like, they're ringing up like 2 steaks for a fucking flat screen TV and shit. Like, people are doing that left and right. You got to watch that. If you look up, there's cameras that are like, I mean,
And they're,
that
like,
whole
in your
place.
face.
Walmart
Yeah.
has this huge facial recognition system that's worldwide. So, like, if you get caught, you'll be banned from all Walmarts, including China. It's
That's
nuts.
wild.
And like, as soon as you walk in, the system will just be like, "Hey, this person's been banned."
That's kind of crazy.
It is nuts, yeah. And then if you go to like Costco or Kroger or anything like that, they pretty much just let you. They'll just let you get away with it.
I'm like, no,
They're more worried about customer
stop.
service than anything else.
Yeah.
I remember at one point I was working retail at a store at a freaking Kmart. Like, all my stories are from way back, but like I worked at a Kmart in like 2014, and back when they existed. And I just remember one day one of the guys came up to me and was like, there was a couple guys that had walked in, and I'd heard about them because they were like, yeah, there's these guys. They always come in here and they steal stuff. And I just remember one of my coworkers being like, yeah, if you see them, like, don't try to stop them, you know, whatever, blah, blah, blah. You can't do anything. And I was like, bitch, you're paying me like $13. I'm not stopping nobody. The fuck? Like, he could literally look me dead in my eyes, pick up a fucking PS5, PS4, whatever was around back then, and like, just look me in my eyes and walk out the door. I'd be like, all right, see you, man. Have a good one. Like, I don't give a fuck.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, I'm not about to get into a fight with somebody over the $13, $14 that I'm making that hour.
Yeah,
You know, like,
because they would definitely fight you for the $400 they're probably going to make
Yeah.
off of that Xbox, you know, or
well,
whatever it may
yeah,
be.
or if there's like a cop that's nearby or anything like that, like, yeah, I would fight somebody.
I would find somebody too, but I worked at H&M and tried to stand in a lady's way because she walked in with like a flat purse and then was walking out with a bulging purse and then never went to the register. And I was like, ma'am, I saw you with a flat purse, empty, walking in, and now you're walking out with a bunch of stuff. And she's like, and what are you gonna do about it? I'm like, I'm gonna go tell my manager. She's like, go ahead then, I'm gonna walk out. And that's exactly what happened.
Yeah.
As soon as I went to the manager,
Yeah.
she was gone. I was like,
Yeah.
that was so pointless to me. Like, that was stupid.
Yeah, like, when I saw those guys, like, I saw them looking around at everybody. I was just like, I just walked away. I was like, whatever.
He was
I
like-
don't fucking care.
Yeah.
Literally. Anyway, I'm going back to stocking shelves. Like,
But the Best Buy videos, though. Best Buy, I feel like they train their workers to be able to stop people.
I've
Is it-
seen where they, like, run after people.
Yeah, like they run after them, or like they'll see like there was one specifically that I'm thinking of where these dudes like ran up to like where they have their phones out, but they're still like on the cables that's like connected to the table, and they start like jerking them off the table, and like they're like literally like jerking this table left and right, and some of them didn't even get phones off of it, and then they literally the
You have to
Best
bring
Buy
an axe.
like the Best Buy workers literally like 10 of them lined up at the door, like D linemen ready to
Yeah.
like
Red
punch
Rover,
them
Red
back.
Rover.
And it was so insane, and Yes, somebody was like, the caption was like, "Oh, Best Buy's hiring the Avengers now," or something like that.
Yeah.
It was just crazy.
Yeah, freaking Joe Burrow needs this line, right?
Yeah,
Shit
yeah,
like
something
that.
like that. Yeah, but yeah, one of those. I mean, me personally, like you said, I just don't think it's worth it. You know.
No,
Most
I
of the
mean,
time
if
they
you're,
train you not to stop somebody.
Yeah, but these
you know,
people,
they tell you not to touch them because
they was ready.
Because if you get injured, they got to pay out your. You know,
If you get injured or if you injure them, I mean, that's a lawsuit.
It's a liability is what
Yeah.
they're worried. Today, everything there, it's a game of liability. They'd rather just lose the TV that the person stole than pay your medical bills.
Yeah.
See, that's why I like H&M, like clothing wise, because people would put a bunch of clothes in there and be like, "Do you want some socks with the clothes you just put in there, or like a shirt to match those pants that you have in your bag right now?" Like, at least you can do that in clothing. Like if somebody steals a TV, you're gonna be like, "What? Do you need a remote, extra remote?" I don't know.
I don't think they're trying to hide it most of the time at that
At
point.
the same time, they're just walking out with a big box.
No, I'm good.
I remember when I was in high school, me and my family, we went out to California, and we were in San Francisco, and we were at whatever grocery stores out there, some local, not local, but you know what I mean, like some chain from out there. And I remember seeing some homeless dude walk in there with a cart and literally just load it up and then just run out the door.
Nice.
And then the security was standing right there, and my dad, the old country ass, he was like, "You gonna do anything?" And the guy just looked at him. I'm like, at the time, I was just like, what the heck, man? But like looking back, I'm like, of course, why would he try to stop some homeless dude that's gonna like cut his ass or whatever? I've heard San Francisco and a lot of California is really bad now. Like even worse. That was back in like 2012, and I've heard that the homeless population's like skyrocketed out there.
I had a customer come into my job and ask me where all the homeless people were here, and I was like, "What do you mean?"
Yeah.
There are just like specific spots. I'm confused. Like,
There's a few locations that I can think of, but no, not like
Setting up
not like
tents on the
someplace.
bridge.
Yeah, like yeah, not like a bunch of tents, like Tent City or anything like that. But
what? Skid Row. Where's that at?
that's in Los Angeles.
That's what it is.
Yeah.
Even just the videos of them are just depressing. I feel really bad.
Yeah, I know for sure. I feel
At that
bad
point,
for
you're
those
not
people
even
'cause
homeless.
it's like
It's a community.
Yeah.
You're at that point. You're a modern gypsy.
if you want to call it that, I guess.
I mean,
if you got a tent, you're moving around and stuff.
Yeah.
I mean,
you know, if you start to know everybody else, it's kind of like a group.
Man, you're great at this.
All right, this is they're new to the show. This is Matti and JT.
So
howdy.
They're our neighbors, and this is the first time here.
Yeah, if you're new to the show, welcome to Bricked Up. Like you said, these are the neighbors, and this is AJ. Obviously, we're always here. So, just to change the topic a little bit, so you guys were eyeballing the smelling salts.
Yes, of course.
Are you trying to do something right now?
Of course.
Oh,
I'm
I'll
scared.
do it first
like
again.
I'm already like nervous.
Are you gonna do it?
Oh, I have to. I'm not gonna be the only one not doing
You're
it.
out. You're out on this.
I need to scoot up.
I mean,
feel
no,
like
okay. If
I
everyone
don't
says
even
that-
know because the last time we opened this up was the last podcast, which was like weeks and weeks ago. So it may not even be.
To me, it's not even as bad as the flour I ate.
I have no comment. It's not as bad as before.
But it's still.
Because the last time I shook it up, we weren't supposed to shake it up.
We got all up with one nostril.
Yeah, it's always. It's
Now
not.
you got
It's
it.
it's
Oh god.
it's not as bad as it was before. I'm telling you.
Okay.
The first time it was like deadly.
Oh, I can smell it from here. Hold on. Oh.
You gotta smell it.
It's like wasabi in my nose. I can't. I'm nervous. I'm nervous to get closer. Okay.
They're just like jumping into a pool when you're a kid and it goes straight up to your brain.
Oh,
Why is it spicy?
Yeah.
I'm crying.
This one was worse than last time just because I got it all up one nostril.
That
Yeah,
makes
it
your,
didn't-
that makes your eyes water.
Yo, yeah.
I don't remember that part.
Oh, I got like chills all over my body.
Yeah, just my left eye is watering because I just got it up my left
Oh.
nostril.
Oh my god.
What's your review? 1 out of 10.
Oh,
10 out of 10. We'll do
That's-
it again.
Yeah.
what are we rating it on? Like effectiveness? Like
Yeah. Would you buy it? Maybe effectiveness is better. Maybe not. Would you buy it?
But I buy it now. Effectiveness, like if I needed it, it definitely would work. 10 out of 10.
I don't get why people would do that before lifting. Like waking up, I
feel
understand.
like it would make me incapacitated. You know what I mean?
Lift it up.
Lifting, I'd be like, oh.
Like,
I'm not like, ugh.
No,
Yeah,
not at
ready to
all.
go.
It's not like caffeine or anything. It's just like, it's almost like it triggers your like fight or flight response. You know what I
It
mean? Like
boosted
that.
my ADHD. Like,
Yeah,
I'm
like.
just,
I don't know how you would focus enough to even be able to lift anything.
I
Yeah.
think
I'm just like, you know.
I
It's like
think
instead of
maybe
someone
that's like
slapping you to wake you up. It's like somebody punching you in the face. Like, all right, now lift.
low key. I think that might be like the intention though. Is like to where you don't think about anything, but just like it being that shit fucking sucks.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, don't get in your head about
To get people
lifting.
angry.
It's just like, yeah, I think it is.
It's like, fuck that salt. Ugh.
I think that's literally what it is.
Yeah. Huh.
But all right, so we've got the first segment here. We've got a new segment on the show. It's on a couple other shows, but fuck it, fuck them. We're stealing their shit. And actually, we're not gonna do the first segment. I've actually got the first question. We'll steal the segment later. First question. If you could have any liquid dispensed from your finger, what would it be? And what finger would you choose?
my middle finger and acid.
Like LSD or like...
No, like deteriorating acid.
Okay.
Like,
Fuck you.
Fuck you.
I thought you were going to be like dosing people like, you're going to see God, bitch.
Imagine the money you can make at a rave.
Yeah.
Imagine.
Well-
Touch me, please.
My thoughts, I feel like Pinky is like the most, what do you call it, efficient. Because I feel like with a finger, I don't know, I feel like I get messy. Whatever it is, I feel like I get messy. I feel like Pinky,
Well, it has to be intentional,
Pinky's
right?
always bottom.
You intentionally dispense it, right?
Yeah, but if I
If
do...
you accidentally, like,
But
oh,
it's
yeah,
so much easier to do this than it is to do that. Like, you got wrist motion involved with the
Oh, so
index
this
finger.
isn't projectile liquid. This is like drip.
I'd say...
Oh,
Oh no, I'm good.
I'm okay.
I'd
I
say...
gotta blow my nose after that.
Yeah.
At least my left nostril. All
I'm trying to think.
right, we're back.
I'm not making the rules here, but I'd say I was thinking like as fast as like a liquor bottle would pour.
Okay.
You know what I mean?
You talking
And
about
that's
like the nozzle?
that's my choice is tequila. Like what is that? What's that shit called? Like 1942 or
Okay.
what? Like
Yeah,
some
yeah.
expensive ass
Yeah.
We
tequila.
just look
Good
at you
shit.
and it's like
Yeah.
Oh, if you get like Pappy Van
But-
Winkle or
but
something,
think about-
people spend $100 a shot.
Yeah, but you can't prove that though. I mean, I guess you could.
Well, it'll become well known.
I know
guess,
people.
If you're
I was gonna
an
say
alien that shoots
my thoughts
top
was
quality
like.
bourbon out of
My
his
thoughts
pinky.
was I could pour out shots for everybody, but like if somebody poured me a shot from their pinky, I don't know if I would drink it.
I would have to see a lot of people drink it before me.
Probably, I
to
probably
consider it.
still
Like,
wouldn't. I'd be like,
and honestly, it would have to be a lot of people that drink it like multiple different nights.
Yeah,
I
literally.
need some hard fact proof, like okay, it's not gonna kill me.
Yeah.
You
Like,
know,
I'm bringing
like-
a chlorine tester and everything and
Yeah.
putting it in the shot.
Yeah.
Like, making
I
sure.
really need you to have like a reputation of, oh, this is good pinky tequila
Yeah.
before I drink it, because I don't even like tequila. But if it's coming from a pinky and I know it's good, I might try it.
I think that might be one of the more fun picks would be tequila. To be honest, my fat ass when I first thought about it, I was like my knee jerk reaction. I was like cane sauce all the way.
Oh,
What? Why?
I thought you were gonna say like the
Because
cheese.
I'm thick, bruh. Like that's what, dude. Because cane sauce is so good. Me and one of my coworkers were arguing about
You get tired
he
of it
likes-
so fast, though.
but you say that, but he thinks that Cane's chicken is better than Popeye's chicken.
Whoa.
No.
And I
There's
was
no
like,
way.
and I was like,
Cane's-
no. I was
First of all,
like,
Cane sucks. I'm sorry,
Don't say
hot
that.
take.
I worked there.
You do?
I did.
Oh, okay.
I actually worked there and at Chick-fil-A at the same time, and I felt like a double agent. Like
I
was
think it
weird.
might depend. 'cause
Cane's chicken is not seasoned right, but like the
one I've
sauce
been to
does all
is
the heavy
like-
lifting.
soggy and greasy.
The
not
one,
crispy.
yeah, the one.
There's one particular
The one
that
that's
I'm
right
thinking of,
here though is good though.
I don't remember that. I might.
The one
I
that's
might
over
just be,
is good as fuck.
I think I had it once, but I don't remember it, so I got to try that one again. Maybe a different one. Again.
But I was just thinking though, like cane sauce on like a Popeyes chicken, bro. Like on the strips.
Yeah, Popeyes is definitely.
What if you had king
Popeyes
sauce
is up there,
and
bro.
Chick-fil-A
Yeah.
Popeyes
sauce?
is up there.
You have a little like.
Oh, can you swap it out?
Yeah, can you have two if you're gonna have two fingers?
If I was
think
gonna
that
have
breaks the
two,
rules.
it definitely breaks the rules. But if I did have two,
What sauce?
Water is going to be one of them.
I was
no
gonna
chance,
say,
bro.
I was gonna say mine would be water, just because for one, like.
You need it to survive.
Are we agreeing on
like-
pinkies?
I am.
Mine's definitely gonna be my pointer finger.
Pointer.
I'm sorry.
Actually, no, my middle finger, just so I can have like a water gun.
I was
Acid
gonna
is
say-
a good
I feel
idea,
like-
though.
I feel like
And I like that it's my middle finger, so if somebody's like, "Oh,
Superpower.
you know."
Yeah, that would
you
be
Don't
could
talk to
fuck.
me.
You could seriously fuck with some people if you had
Spider-Man.
water and you just fucking.
Yeah, and just.
You just.
Oh,
like
you
a
can just
guy.
fuck with
Dude,
people.
fuck with people
They're
so hard,
They're like
bro.
sitting on a bus. Just they're like,
Or like shake somebody saying, "Hey man, how you doing?" This just got like water. all over.
hey, man, how you
Are
doing?
you sweating, bro?
What
Yeah.
the fuck?
What would you say though? Sorry, I squirted.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Sorry.
Oh, dude, I would do so many pranks on my friends, fucking making them look like they pissed their pants, bro. Fucking
So, my answer is a little bit weird, but I thought about it and I was thinking, as long as you don't like accidentally, you know, it's intentional, I would do my pinky and I would do like semen of like a genius or something. Because you imagine like the rich
I gotta see where
families.
this goes.
say
Yeah.
pause right now.
Rich families that will like spend hundreds of thousands of dollars on, I guess, like the semen of
How
a
are
prodigy.
you gonna prove
Okay.
that though?
Well, I assume that's already. I don't know. I thought maybe it had already been proven.
How can you prove that it's from somebody
Like,
like
you got-
rich? and
Like
just
you got
not-
like a contract with like a. You got like a written contract with like a genie or something that says yes, this is from Albert Einstein.
Yeah, exactly. And they give me a little plastic cup, and I'm just like, $100,000.
No.
That was my.
It's-
That was my thought.
So my two,
Okay.
water would be fucking hilarious though.
What would be hilarious?
But
Also,
honestly,
thirsty.
you
honestly,
just walk across the Sahara. Just
Yeah. That's what I was thinking. I would never be worried about getting lost anymore.
But then you got a question of if this is actually like anatomically possible, is it your own water?
I think it's just supposed to be
it's
magic.
magic.
Okay, okay.
It's magic.
I'm thinking too into it. Like you're gonna
Yeah.
dry yourself out trying to drink and like.
Yeah, if that was the case, that defeats the purpose of water being.
I think honestly,
Just pee out of-
I think I would
Hold on, I
honestly
You
pick
gotta go to the bathroom.
gasoline though.
Oh, that would be good.
Yeah, gasoline
Like
would be good.
it would suck because like if it only came out like the speed of like a liquor bottle or something, I don't give a fuck. I'll put my finger in my fucking truck and just sit there and look at TikTok for like 2 hours.
yeah.
Or take a lighter and just like.
Yeah, that would be
Oh
sick.
shit!
Make a flamethrower.
That's
Flame
that's a fucking
thrower.
superpower.
How
Awesome.
did none of us think of that except just now? That's
You got
genius.
all the weapons on your fingers: acid fingers, flamethrower fingers.
Yeah.
Liquid nitrogen.
One is a
I
pocket
mean, they
knife.
said liquid. I mean, it could be.
Just like freeze somebody.
that'd be cool.
Literally like
What
Sub-Zero.
about molten gold?
You know that you can. You know that you can dissolve gold.
I mean,
How?
I did
into
see
a-
that on
I-
TikTok,
it's-
actually.
I don't know. I'm not a chemist,
A
but
guy,
you can
I saw a
dissolve.
guy do that.
You can dissolve gold into a solution, and I
Turns
actually
into
saw.
gas. Gold
I
gas.
saw this on.
Yeah.
No, I mean, it might. I saw this on TikTok a long time ago, and they were talking about how in Germany, where there was these Jews that were there, and they had a shit ton of gold, and they knew that they were about to get taken, or they had to leave. I think that's what it was. They had to flee the country,
Mhm.
and they had a shit ton of gold, and they didn't want to take it with them. So they dissolved it in some kind of solution, and they put it in these bottles, and they just put it up on a shelf. And when they came back, like years later, they were still there. And then the guy was a chemist, and then put it back into solid gold.
That's awesome.
that's really
Yeah.
cool.
I was a video on TikTok I was thinking of. It was actually diamonds. You got like a bunch of little tiny ones, and it's like a scientist just dissolved it into gas, which
love
is like
that.
what a waste.
You
But
can burn diamonds; they're carbon.
Yeah.
Like if you put
Yeah, they're coal
I'm
from,
pretty
like,
sure if you put matte
forever
gas
ago,
on
I
it,
think.
it'll evaporate. It'll burn.
See, when you first said liquid gold, I immediately went to Velveeta. So I was like, that would be great.
That'd be great.
Liquid
Velveeta.
gold, Velveeta.
Yeah. Tacos. Do you have any cheese?
I feel
No, we're out.
like-
Oh, it's okay. I got it.
I feel like the molten gold though, like
It's a
you're
weapon,
not, but
and
you're
you'll be
not
rich.
like you're not. You could still get burned though.
What's gotta be
You're
intentional?
not invincible.
I thought this was magic.
Yeah, exactly. It's magic.
It's
You get whatever you would put molten shit into.
It's magic,
and
but if
squirt
you've
it
got
in
a
there.
finger that shoots gasoline, if you pour it all over yourself and you catch on fire, it's
Okay,
still the
true.
same thing. Like,
Fair.
Yeah, if you get it on yourself, just be careful not to squirt
you know, bro.
lava on yourself.
I do. So, do you guys remember? Okay, sorry. This is back to the chicken thing. That's been on my mind.
Popeyes.
Yeah, because first of all, Popeyes is always going to be better than Cane's. That shouldn't even be a question.
Yeah,
but-
you're right.
but
It's
The
objectively fact.
so the last year, I feel like there's been like a chicken sandwich war where
Yeah.
everybody and
It's been like 2
everyone
years, like
Yeah.
since the pandemic.
literally has been trying to come out with the best chicken sandwich. And my choice is very controversial. I've had this conversation with many people.
Are you about to say Burger King?
Yep.
The,
We agree.
The Chick King.
Yes,
It's
That
pretty
shit is
good.
awesome.
It's
It's
the
not.
be-
It's not
it-
better than Popeyes.
It's
it's not better than Popeyes.
I've never
but I think
had
it's
a
better than,
Popeye
like-
chicken
It's
sandwich.
good
I've
for
only had
like
the strips.
It's the best one outside of Popeyes.
It's underrated.
Yeah.
I think it's so underrated.
Oh yeah. Oh
by
yeah.
far. But I was like, there's no.
Burger
I'm
King-
surprised you guys said Burger King.
It was. They were out of their realm and somehow pulled off probably the
They
best
got
thing
the
they've ever
spicy
had.
one. Oh, wait, no, that was McDonald's. McDonald's had that super
It is
spicy
good, but
one.
it's different. No, the spicy
Yeah.
chicken from Burger King is so much better because the McDonald's one they have like a really good sauce that they add to it, but the chicken itself it's not. You know,
Y'all
the
had
Burger
the-
King one's like crispy and
Oh,
good.
man, the chicken deluxe from Chick-fil-A is pretty good though.
Have y'all tried
The
Dave's
spicy
hot
chicken deluxe?
Yeah, I mean Chick-fil-A though. Chick-fil-A is just the
The
chicken
regular
sandwich is
chicken,
unbeatable.
the
Unbeatable.
regular chicken sandwich from Chick-fil-A is like, it's got its own taste.
I think I got burnt out.
But
from
like the
Chick-fil-A.
Chick,
I had it too much.
the Chick-fil-A like deluxe, the spicy deluxe from Chick-fil-A is good.
I got
It's
that
got
all
it's
the time back in the day.
it's
and I
good.
just got tired of it.
I just hate the pickles
I got
on
tired
it.
of
Like,
Chick-fil-A.
why? Why doesn't it have pickles?
Yes, it doesn't fit the flavors for
No.
some reason.
but they put like pickles in the. That's what they marinate chicken with.
Don't say that. Oh.
They marinated
I
in
hate
pickle juice.
I don't mind it. I just don't. I like pickles by themselves, not on things. But that for some
You don't
reason.
like pickles on a burger, bro?
No, not really. I don't usually.
yeah.
It doesn't bother me enough to usually ask them to hold the pickles, but for some reason that specific sandwich, the chicken sandwich from Chick-fil-A, it just doesn't taste right on that one for some reason.
I just hate how the pickles get the bread wet. Like,
Yeah.
Wet. Ugh.
I've literally seen her get pickles on bread and take the pickles off and dab the bread to make sure the pickle juice isn't on it.
If you have a nice
Pickle
clean
juice is
napkin,
good though.
you
Low
can
key.
dab
I'm
the
not
bread.
even like. I'm not even
I
super
just like the
big pickle
vinegar
fan.
from
But
the pickle juices.
Have y'all tried
We used-
Kool-Aid pickles though?
no, I'd like to though.
Yeah, so in Dallas, like
Okay.
I had kids in my high school selling chopped up pickles that they put in a jar, threw some Kool-Aid in it, and absorbed it and absorbed the color or whatever. But it was like sweet and salty.
You from Dallas?
I went to high school there. Yeah.
Oh. I went to high school in Georgia.
Okay.
So I got a few friends. Well, I've got a friend of mine and his wife. They live in Dallas now. Well, I say Dallas, Fort Worth area.
Kind of the same.
Area.
Yeah.
So
So they DFW.
yeah, they like it. So
Is everything really bigger in Texas?
I would say so because when I first moved there, I went into 7th grade. My 8th grade year, there was a 6th grade boy who was already like 6'4". I kid you not. Like when I was in St. Louis and was like Kansas, I was like the tallest girl or like one of the tallest girls. Coming to Texas, I was slightly above average. Like I don't know what is in the water, what they're eating, but like everyone is tall.
yeah.
I mean, obviously, you know, you have height differences, but like the kids who you think would be like, all right, tall, no, they're tall.
Don't they have like a restaurant, like a fast food place down there that
In
it's
and
like
out.
yeah? Is that only there? I thought that was
No,
in
it's-
California
yeah.
too, though.
And I think Florida.
They put one up in Chicago.
Oh, okay.
I heard,
Okay.
but
They
I
have a whole
thought
secret menu.
I thought there was like another one too that wasn't in and out. I know they got like the Wawa, which is like Buc-ee's. Right?
Well, what about Jack in the Box? I've never had that.
Are you thinking
That's
of,
here too?
You don't need
Are you
it.
thinking of Whataburger?
Yeah, that's what I was thinking of.
Whataburger, I've
That's
heard
what
of
it
that.
is.
Yeah,
Okay, thank
Whataburger.
you.
I still have
They
it.
put one of those in Chicago.
I know that's
I've
on
never
the West.
I've never
that's
had
the-
it.
Usually,
I need to go.
it originated in the West Coast, right?
I don't think so. I
That
think
was
it's just Texas. I think
Oh.
it's just Texas.
I think In and Out was West Coast, like started in
Yeah,
California.
In and Out's California.
Yeah.
Have y'all been to Buc-ee's yet?
I've
Mhm.
not been to.
I went to Buc-ee's in Texas.
Yeah.
It's just a glorified gas station.
Yeah, they got them. They've just built one. Like
Like a
in
Wawa
Richmond.
from Philly or something.
Yeah.
It's from Texas.
Wawa?
No, I thought Wawa
What?
was.
Pennsylvania.
Oh, well.
Well, it might not
Buc-ee's-
be originated there. I don't know, but
Buc-ee's is from Texas.
oh, I don't think I know.
Pussies.
And they got them beaver nuggets.
Yeah, I tried them. They're mid. It's okay.
They're literally just like
Yeah,
caramel
it's
popcorn.
it's like if you got puffed Cheetos, but you put like caramel on it. So it's cool because it doesn't have like all the. It's not like the popcorn. You don't get all the
bits.
Yeah, but it's okay. Whatever.
They're literally like nuggets. Like they actually do
Yeah.
look like puff nuggets.
They look like Cheetos.
All
Well,
right.
you're right. They do look like nuggets.
Question: Cookout or Steak and Shake?
Steak and Shake.
Shake and shake. I'm sorry.
What?
I
This
cookout,
motherfucker,
cookout
dude.
for me.
Well, okay, what at Cookout is better than what?
So it's
Nothing,
it's
bro.
a different type
Nothing.
of food. There, it does. If you're craving
This
fast
man tries to
food,
say cookout's not greasy.
it's not. Steak and Shake.
Steak
So
and
sometimes
Shake-
you're craving greasy fast
I'm
food.
trying to think.
If that's the case, Steak and Shake takes the cake.
Yeah.
If you want it to not be greasy and it's still cheap fast food, but it doesn't taste like cheap fast food, Cookout.
They
I'll
agree with
put-
me.
I would put Cookout like top of like most fast food though. Not like as far as like quality of food, but as far as like variety and like anything you can get. They got milkshakes. Like most fast food.
Yeah.
Like,
I don't even think I've never had a milkshake.
It does
from
taste
Cookout.
a little bit more fresh
That's like
though.
the best part.
It's
They're
one.
like
It's my
30.
favorite
From
fast food
Cookout?
restaurant, and I've never had one of their milkshakes.
What's wrong with
Do
you?
you like bananas?
They have like 50.
Okay.
They have like 50 different milkshakes.
No,
Yeah.
their chicken and their fries and their
You
burgers.
can literally just tell them like,
Actually,
I
their
want this with
quesadillas
this,
are
and they'll just
good.
do whatever.
That's what I get.
Fair enough.
The only thing I really get from Cookout that I like is the cheese curds. They're fire. The hush puppies, pretty good. And then the Cajun chicken wrap.
Yeah, Cajun chicken wrap is my favorite thing that they have.
Yeah. Which
I
I
had
mean,
the
I
Cajun
can't.
chicken sandwich the other day. I hate to admit it was pretty good.
Yeah, I was gonna say like
It was
they're-
pretty good.
Literally, like I can't really say it's greasy just because like I don't know how like a chicken wrap could be greasy. If it was greasy,
Yeah.
it'd be like
Yeah.
really gross, obviously.
Well, sometimes they give you like a chicken nugget with a tortilla, and then sometimes it's a full. So it's hit or miss there, but that's really good. Also, the fries are hit and miss because sometimes they're soggy, sometimes they're crispy.
Mm-hmm.
So
That's why I like Steak and Shake. They don't-
I just love Steak and Shake because their fries like are thinner, so even if they're like soggy, they still have like a little crunch to them.
yeah,
And they give you cups of cheese.
Yeah.
I get a cup of cheese for my burger and my
So,
fries.
All the people
I-
that I know that don't like Steak and Shake, they say because the fries are too small. They're like, I can't drive and eat it. I'm like, bitch, go sit down and eat it.
Right.
Like,
yeah.
Ew.
To be fair, I've only had Steak and Shake twice, and the second time was yesterday,
Ah.
and the first time was years ago, and it was fire. But it was just like it had the. It's so hard to explain what I'm talking about. Like McDonald's burgers versus make your own burger, completely different types of food, right?
Yeah.
But if you're talking about fast food where you expect it to be soggy and all that, or greasy, Steak and Shake was fire. I got the garlic burger.
Yeah.
That was awesome.
Mm-hmm.
They
So
had a
good.
Cajun burger for a little bit, but I think it's gone.
Did you get it delivered?
No, I was at work.
Okay.
Oh, so you went and got it though.
Yeah.
I was gonna say definitely having it delivered is not nowhere near as good as like
Yeah,
having
no,
it
I
fresh.
got it. I got it fresh. And I had to text him right away because I was like,
You
"This is
fucking
pretty
called
fire,
me."
dude. This is really
Yeah.
good." I called you
me.
first.
You were
and
like,
asked you what I should get.
Because I talk so much shit.
So he called
'Cause
me because
yeah.
he went to Cookout. He's like, "All right, motherfucker,
Yeah, I
what
was
should
like,
I get?"
what do I need to get? Because
And
I
like a week
I don't need
later,
to
I
hear your
called
side of
him.
the story because I don't believe you.
So I called him. I was like, "All right, I'm having Steak and Shake effectively for the first time
And
because
then
I don't
I-
remember the first time."
To be honest, I ate the Cajun chicken sandwich, and it was so fucking good. And I texted him, I was like, "This shit's trash."
I knew you'd do that though.
I was like, "This
This
shit's
shit's
trash."
trash.
It was
You're
good as
literally
fuck,
texting
bro.
while just like, oh,
Honestly,
this shit's-
is that
I was
garlic
talking
burger,
to my
though?
buddy at work. Literally, I was like, God, this shit is good. I was like, I'm gonna tell this motherfucker it's trash. Though.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's literally. I got the sandwich before I started getting the wraps, but
Yeah.
you can get them both in the tray.
Yeah, you get.
I never even
you get
had
a feast for like $6,
Yeah.
like $5.
which is nice about it.
And I don't even finish it. But the Steak and Shake, that garlic burger, honestly, the burger itself without the garlic bun, it's all on top of the bun. If it wasn't for that, average, below average.
I do have
But
to say,
that garlic made it just
their patties.
awesome.
Is that what you're talking about? Like their patties are just like,
No, he's just saying how like
Kinda, yeah.
the
No, like-
seasoning was on the bun.
But
they're
the
patties
what
without
made
it,
it
though.
good was
I think their
what was
patties
on
are
top of
good,
the
like-
bun.
yeah, exactly.
I think their patties are good. I mean, they cook the shit out of them, but I
Yeah,
think they're
yeah.
good.
They probably like
They
Smack 'em
smash the
down.
shit
Yeah.
out of them, but they're good though.
I love a
I wanna
flat
try
patty. even though
Yeah.
you
Western
don't get as
barbecue
much.
next
Yeah.
time. I want to see how
Yeah.
that is.
What is it?
The Western barbecue at the like the very end of their menu.
I don't
I
try
bet
that trash
it's
shit. I just eat the normal ass shit, like the garlic and just the regular,
The
bro.
garlic
Like
was awesome. Well, when I was on the phone, he was like, "Make sure they put the seasoning on the fries."
yeah, bro.
Because I didn't want the cheese or the.
They
I
got
just
seasoning.
wanted the fries.
I did
And-
not know that.
Oh yeah.
If you go
most
in-
places you have to ask for like whatever special seasoning they have, and it's always what makes the fries.
If you
crispy
go
and
in
the seasoning.
to
They forgot
Steak
to
and
put it
Shake,
on mine.
They've got it on
That
the
sucks.
table.
I need it. I just always get a goddamn cup of cheese. That is my
Yeah.
go-to.
It's probably.
That's
cup
what I
of
told
cheese.
you. I was like, bro.
That's the first thing he said. He was like, "You should get cheese fries." And I was like,
Yeah.
"No, I don't want cheese fries." He's like, "All right, then get the seasoning."
Make your own
Yeah.
cheese fries. That's why you just get the cup because you can dip. You know, I think
There you go.
dipping's better than. Actually, that's a question. Dip or pour.
For the cheese,
Just in general, like if you're say you have like a
I'd
burger.
say
if
dip.
it's
I'm a dipper.
if it's the
I'm a
cheese, bro,
dipper.
I'm pouring it over it. But any other scenario, I'm dipping.
I usually dip.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know. Just because I put my fries on my burger, so
That's
Yeah.
many of my fries don't make it to even be dipped.
Sometimes I do
Yeah.
the same. There was a.
I don't think I've
this
ever
every
done
time
it.
I bring up
Really?
Rico, this
No.
motherfucker.
I mean, I've had
touches
the
me.
ones at Checkers where they put that on there, but I've
Yeah.
never like done it myself.
There
so.
was. I usually don't put fries on a burger, but there was a very specific. So this motherfucker's gonna fuck with me because every time I bring up the Marine Corps, he's. But there was. They call it a chow hall. It's one of those drive. There were. There was one. The only drive-through restaurant at Camp Lejeune. Chow Hall at Camp Lejeune, and they hired. It was like a government employee program or employment program. So they're all like disabled or felons or something like that. And half the time they fucked up the order, but I always went back to the same one because, and it was like a theme. Like they'd have the gas chamber burger, which was the only one with hot sauce on it, and then they had like the 5-star burger, which was like 5-star general. It was a theme.
Yeah.
And I would always get the gas chamber burger because they had the hot sauce on it, and I get fries and ranch. I put the fries on the burger with the ranch. That shit was awesome.
Yeah,
I would literally I'd be out training, and instead of thinking about like Domino's pizza or B-dubs, anything, I was like, I want the free shit on base. If I make it the right
You're
way,
thinking about the gas
oh,
chamber.
that very specific.
I'm just dead that they really called it that.
The gas chamber.
Yes.
Well, to be there.
Oh my god.
For point of reference, that's part of training is you have
Yeah.
to get, okay.
Yeah.
So you're not thinking of like the
Oh.
Holocaust.
She
Is that
was.
what you were thinking?
I was. I'm
You're thinking
like,
about-
really?
Oh, God.
They put us in a room and they gas us with like riot control gas, for instance. It's
Okay.
part of the training. That's why.
Gosh.
That's why it's a thing. It's not dark humor.
Yeah, no, I had
I
some
really
buddies in
thought it was. I was like, damn. Okay.
Yeah, no, I had some buddies in the military, and they was telling me the same thing. Just like, cause like when they first said it, I was like, gas chamber. And I was
Yeah.
like, no, bro, not what you.
Yeah.
It's not what you think.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's,
I was like,
it's not
I was
deadly.
like, they did y'all like that?
Yeah, like damn, bro. Pulled you at the last
Disobeyed an
second,
order.
bro.
I
Like,
was like,
God.
how'd you make it? Like,
yeah.
What? But yeah, no, they had to clarify that one for me too. I was very lost.
Yeah. What gas is it that they do?
So, military uses CS gas, police use CN gas, which are virtually the same thing. The only difference is the military one burns, they both burn both your respiratory system and your skin, but the military, it's slightly worse for the respiratory and not as bad for the skin. And then for the police, it's more so skin and less respiratory. But both of them, I would have a gas mask.
Yeah, I've seen videos and people would leave and just be like, just pouring, coughing, like just.
Yeah.
I think I could take it.
You think you can take it?
You know, I thought the same thing. Like I was like,
It's not that bad.
I was
No,
like,
it's
I saw like minute or two in there. I think I could
Yeah.
do it, but like then you watch the videos and they're like doing jumping jacks and having to recite stuff. And I was
It-
Oh, you're
also
talking about like
depends
at basic?
yeah,
Yeah, so we
make
would
you
have to
take
do it
the
like
mask off and
once a
everything.
yeah, we'd have to do it once a year for like annual training, and most of the time, like after you're done with basic, it's not that bad. But in basic, like they make you break the seal in your gas mask by putting 2 fingers in there, and then and then usually that's it. Make sure you can reseal the gas mask in the gas to the point to where you can breathe again. That's the regular training, but in basic, they make you take the gas mask off and like do jumping jacks and put it back on.
So you're like
And
breathing
then
hard.
by then, and they make it to where they intentionally want you to fuck it up.
Do
And
they
then by the
fuck
time
with
you come
you-
out, you're like, "Ah," and there's just shit coming out of your face.
They make you swim too, like a motherfucker, don't they? Or no?
Yeah, but it's not as bad as it looks.
Yeah.
Because I was worried about it at first. Because you literally have
You wearing,
body
like-
armor with plates and a pack and a helmet and boots jumping into a pool from a diving board. And I'm like, I'm going to fucking die. And it's more of
I
a
heard
game
that they,
of
like-
fear because what you don't realize is half that shit you're wearing floats.
Oh.
And so,
I
like,
heard that
I'm
if
not
you
going to make
don't-
it. You jump and then you're just like, oh, this isn't bad either.
I heard that if you like jump in and you don't fucking come up, they like put you into like a little kiddie pool type area. Not a kiddie pool, but like an area where you could stand up and then like they make you swim and like teach you how to swim. I don't know. I have not been.
I don't know of
so-
anyone who's joined the Marine Corps who can't swim, but
I think the person that I heard that from was in the Navy.
oh, that makes sense. I met guys on my first deployment who were in the Navy and said they still can't swim.
I mean, the guy that I heard from said he couldn't swim, so
Yeah.
they made him do that shit.
This
Because
guy
like
been in the
because he
Navy
was
for like
like, I
4
can't
years, he
fucking.
said he
He's
still
like, I
can't
can't swim. He's like, I can't swim at all, and he jumped in there and like didn't come up, and they grabbed him.
So wait, we're saying that it's not required for you to swim, to know how to swim, to be in the Navy.
Alleged, according to the dude I talked to, I don't
Yeah,
know.
That's wild.
Because
That's
they
so
make
wild.
sure we can swim, but that's including all the gear and shit we wear.
I
Like,
mean,
swim
man,
qual is
if
kinda
you're out
easy.
in the ocean and you're out there stranded, you're kind of fucked either way.
We did have.
Like,
I do have a pretty funny
I'm-
story. So there's a guy, Gunnery Sergeant Vigiani. He's a war hero. He had, so just below the Medal of Honor, Vigiani.
Who? How do you know them?
He was my company gunnery sergeant.
Oh, okay.
So, all right, they did a History Channel thing on him. Allegedly, they made a character named after him on one of the Medal of Honors, and the reason is he actually the medal right below the Medal
game?
of Honor. Yeah, the medal right below the Medal of Honor is the Army Cross or the Navy Cross. He actually had the Navy Cross because of. And you'll see, he was a drill instructor at Parris Island when they awarded this to him, and they read off what he did. And he was like shot in the leg, refused medical help because someone else next to him was shot, and then he like grabbed a handful of grenades, climbed up the side of a mountain, threw a bunch, killed a bunch of people, crawled back down, grabbed more, and did it again. And this guy's crazy. They gave him the Navy Cross, then he came back to the fleet and deployed again with me. And this guy, Gunnery Sergeant Vigiani, he still had the drill instructor voice. He still talked like this. I saw him smile once. Well, he was, there's like tiers of swim qualifications. He was at the top so he could actually train other people in it. And he was one of our instructors. And so when we did training where we had to come essentially save a drowning person who naturally what you do when you're drowning is you try to grab someone and pull them down to, help
Yeah.
them
Pull
stay
yourself
up.
up,
Yeah.
yeah.
And so the instructors were doing that. And we had like 3 instructors. We'd all get in line to save the drowning instructor. And it was funny because there was like 2 lines that were full, and then Vigiani was just like, help! And there was like no one in the line. He was just like, help, I'm drowning. And then somebody was like, all right, guys. And they fill it in the other line, and they would grab people and take them to Vigiani's line because they know this is a crazy motherfucker. And so I remember the first one starts swimming towards him. He's just like, help, help. And there's this little recruit swimming towards him, got closer and closer. And then you just see an arm just go, and then blub, 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 and they're just down.
He's
Try to-
holding down
try-
that.
He literally just like grabbed him by around the neck and just like pulled him down as far as he could go.
Intentionally or just
Yeah.
because?
No, intentionally. He's like, can you save me when I try to murder you?
So it was all a test?
Well, no, like I said,
Oh, okay,
usually when
okay.
someone's drowning, they try to, usually
I know,
you just,
I
like
get
grab
that,
your
I
shoulders
get
and try to get
that,
up.
yeah,
but
yeah.
he like, ah!
Yeah.
Oh my
He was
God.
trying to survive, is what you're getting at.
Yeah, I mean, he
Yeah.
did the training he was supposed to. He just
He
goes
was just
overboard on
waiting,
everything.
too.
I thought you meant like he was like baiting somebody to come out there and just like, you fell into my trap, bitch.
I mean, essentially, that's kind of, yeah, I mean, there's no such thing as overkill in the Marine Corps.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean,
Your furnace is on, isn't it?
doubtful. No. I don't think we have a furnace.
Your regular air, whatever, it doesn't matter.
Yeah, no, I don't think we.
That one's on.
Yeah, we just have
That one's
individual
off.
ACs and room heaters. We literally in the winter.
I can hear air on.
What-
Okay, so we're gonna do a new segment called Mount Rushmore.
Right.
So I know that other podcasts do this, whatever. Like I said, don't give a fuck. We're stealing it. Fuck y'all. Don't care. So if nobody knows what Mount Rushmore is, what it is as an example, let's say, what it is you get the top 4 of any specific topic. So if we're talking about the Mount Rushmore of basketball, you would say Michael Jordan, Kobe, LeBron, Reggie Miller, whoever.
Yeah.
So what we're going to do here now is actually more like a competition where these two are going to be on a team, and me and AJ are going to be on a team. We're going to all pick our top 4 of this topic, but instead of we cannot have the same answers for any of the founding fathers or whatever you want to call it.
Cool.
So I'll let you guys go first. The topic is Mount Rushmore things that dads do.
Does it have to be something visual, like as in you could put it on Mount Rushmore, or just like top 4?
No,
Oh,
just
no.
top 4 of anything.
Okay.
So it doesn't have to be like a specific person or anything like that. It doesn't have to be an object. It could just be something that they do. So like if you said the top things that, the Mount Rushmore of things that, the Mount Rushmore of compliments, it's like, number 1, you're pretty, or you're smart, whatever. So
just top 4. Like
Yeah.
I went visual. I was like, okay.
So you guys are gonna go first, and we're gonna go back and forth.
Okay.
So
Top things dads do.
I mean, would it be bad to say dad jokes like that?
that's definitely a good one.
Yeah. Dad jokes.
That's like a daily thing. with
Damn,
my
that is a
dad.
good one, yeah.
That is a really good one. Fuck. Is that what y'all are going with?
Yeah, dad jokes.
Dad jokes.
Dad jokes for
Top things dads do. Mowing the lawn.
Sure.
Yeah, mowing the lawn for
Okay.
sure. So that's our number 1. 1 for 1.
Okay.
I guess you guys can go again, whatever.
I was gonna say,
Hop
like-
on the grill.
I was literally
Damn,
gonna say
it,
yes.
bro.
Yes, I was
Oh.
literally gonna say grilling up.
Like,
Yes.
good shit.
Okay, but.
All right.
Oh.
The mom things.
No, thing.
Because the child thinks not the dad.
Fair. I wonder if the mic can pick this up.
All right. Came to the conclusion.
Alright.
Okay.
Rocking some white tennis shoes
Yes. Maybe even with some white socks.
with some white socks without a doubt.
Yeah.
I was gonna say, it wasn't like socks and sandals like a dad thing.
It
Yeah.
was, but I don't know that could count. I mean, y'all could take that. I feel like
I think
it's pretty
that's-
close. It's a little
My dad
it's a little
wears socks
similar.
and sandals.
I was thinking socks and sandals, but I feel like the white, like the Monarch, like the Nike Monarchs or the white New Balances
Yeah.
are like
Throw some Asics in
Iconic.
there too. I've seen some dad with some Asics.
that's true.
So,
Not necessarily white though.
true.
I think
So
Like the grayish.
Asics
Yeah.
has some pretty good shoes
I
now.
think
though.
my
They don't
dad has
Asics feels
Nike.
good.
I don't know.
The Nike Monarchs.
Or the New Balance.
Probably.
Yeah.
Okay.
Dad things to do. Oh, I'm trying to think. Oh.
Don't say it out loud.
I'll let you say it.
Okay.
Every dad definitely has their own spot, like in the living room.
Like a dad
their
chair.
own-
Oh,
Like
like
the
the
Oh.
recliner.
They're kicking
Damn.
our ass on this one. That's true.
Fuck. I didn't even think about that.
I know my grandpa had one, my dad had one. I know definitely a couple months.
Dude, I'm not even a dad. Granted, I do live by myself right now, but I definitely have my own recliner.
Yeah,
I feel
for
like a
sure.
dad, honestly,
That's-
when I'm in that bitch.
That's my spot right there.
Yeah.
Yep. As soon as you get that, like.
Yeah.
That's
Bro.
Man.
Dude, I get in the recliner, have the fucking remote, bro, straight to
You
Netflix.
gotta like. It's always the reposition.
Yeah.
So recliner, what is that? Is that 3?
That's 2.
That's 2.
No,
I think-
they
That's
have
our
3.
third.
We have 2, I think.
Yeah, this is
This
our
is our
third.
turn.
So we only have one more after we do this one. I told you.
Yeah, no, I was thinking.
so.
Tucked in shirt into
Yeah, okay.
shorts.
Or
That is not every day.
Oh,
Maybe
that is a good one too.
Uncle or grandpa.
it might be the one.
Okay.
I'll do the
Okay, but my
Just
dad
go for
doesn't
it.
do that.
I trust you. I trust you.
All right. Leaving.
Going out for
No.
milk and not coming back.
Okay. Okay.
I'm gonna get a pack of smokes. I'll see you. I'll see you soon.
No, my biological dad was like, "Oh, pregnancy test positive? I'm out." So serious, but yeah, that's fine.
Well,
All
that's
right.
a dad thing to do.
Yeah.
Yeah.
My
So,
dad's cool.
yeah.
I don't know. I don't know.
Can I just say what I was gonna say then?
Go ahead. Go ahead.
This might be more like white dads, but a nice, good tucked-in shirt into the khaki shorts with a belt on.
Yep, my dad does that.
Yeah. Mine does too.
Really? My
Yeah.
dad doesn't. That's weird.
Yeah.
See, my dad, I've seen him do that more with, like the dress-up button-up shirts, whatever. But
Yeah.
he has a lot of graphic tees. So
I feel like
there's
that's-
those.
I feel like maybe that's like an 80s thing that didn't go away, or I mean, obviously it existed before then, but like it became more popular around the 70s and 80s, and they just didn't let it go.
I feel like my dad maybe less with the khakis, but like the cutoff denim,
Okay.
tucked in with the cutoff denim,
Oh,
like
okay.
doing some yard work.
You're definitely from Georgia.
Like yeah, like doing some yard work, but like
See,
you know,
my dad doesn't
those-
do any yard work. My dad is not a fix-it man type dude, but he rocks the clothes inside
Yeah.
all the time. He wears the sandals with the socks and the shorts.
Perfect.
Your dad's definitely drove the Mustang wearing some cutoff denim jeans.
Yeah.
I guarantee it. Like
Not the jorts.
Yeah.
shit. What was the? So we have one more.
I do have one. I just said that my dad doesn't do it, but it is a dad thing to do, trying to fix everything.
Fix anything at any point. You just walk over and your dad's fucking with something.
Yeah.
Like if it could be a lawnmower, it could be
Mm-hmm.
I don't know, fucking something in the yard. Something.
Yeah,
something.
yeah, fixing things.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, you can usually find my dad doing something.
Yeah.
around the house.
Can I have an honorary mention?
Oh yeah, for sure.
My dad really spaces out a lot, so he'll just come into a room, stand there, and just go in front of the TV, or in out of the way. But he will just like stand there and stare a lot. Maybe
Yeah.
I don't know. Maybe that's just my spacey dad, but who knows?
No, I think that's just a part of everybody getting older. To be
Yeah, I think
honest,
it's an age thing. I
Like-
guess.
Okay.
I'm trying to think of other things that my dad does. Dude, fucking talks to everybody. Jesus, bro.
And talking about
And forever,
small talk with the weather,
bro.
that was one of our ideas.
Oh yeah.
We did 4, right?
Oh yeah.
One of them was like, we needed that rain, and
Dude,
just talking to
anytime it
neighbors.
rains, motherfucker's like, we needed that every single time.
Every time it rains, he texts me. It's an inside joke.
Yeah.
We needed that rain.
We needed that rain every time.
Yep.
So wait, was there another topic we got to do, or was it just that
So
one?
wait, okay,
So that
we
was
had
the-
our 4 each, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. So I guess if you guys are watching, let us know in the comments or whatever. Who do you think? Whose Mount Rushmore is more is Mo better? So I guess we have the next topic. I guess let's see.
Are we doing another Mount Rushmore, or are we doing something else?
We can do another Mount Rushmore if you want to.
We could do like one an episode.
We could do.
I was just thinking the one, but
I was gonna say we could do the moms, like
Oh, yeah,
things
got a
that moms
question.
do, but we could say that for
That's an idea.
that's true. But let's just save it for later. Maybe we can do it later on. We've still got a few things to cover.
Yeah,
We've
we're
got
always,
quite a bit to cover. We are
we're
always
always
have
running late
way
on
more
everything
stuff.
we do, but that's fine. We'll
do,
save,
but,
we'll save some for next time.
I've got one more. I've got a hypothetical question. That may be a simple one. Would you rather lose one arm
Okay.
or both your legs?
that. Ooh.
You know,
I already know.
I would just take the arm. I like my legs. I feel like that'd be a lot longer of a process to learn how to walk again with prosthetics or something. But with one, I feel like you do a lot of things with one arm anyway, Or maybe that's just me.
Mm.
Sometimes I'll think, oh, I'm not using my left arm enough, and I'll just only do left arm stuff.
Yeah, I think
I've never done that.
So whenever I
idea.
was
More prepared.
so I was actually in Virginia yesterday, and I was talking to one of my coworkers, and we were discussing some of the topics that for the podcast, and we were talking about this, and we came to the conclusion. I don't think that you use your arm, like you just said. I don't think that you use two hands as much as you think that you do.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like versus you fucking walk everywhere.
Yeah.
So for me, I'm losing an arm as much as I don't want to, because
Really?
I feel like your hands are like your like access point to the universe. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
But like if you can't fucking get to something, then what's the point? Like,
Yeah.
but granted,
Well, here's the thing. So, like, I have friends who've lost their legs, and they're like normal now. Like, granted, like you said, it takes some getting used to, but prosthetics, they've gotten to the point to where, I mean, if he's wearing like full length pants, it would be the same as kind of like if he just slept weird on an ankle, and he just like wobbles a little. You don't really notice, and he gets around fine. And then he's got the springy legs, outruns everybody.
Okay.
I feel like I use my hands. Obviously,
I feel like this is a cop out, bro.
What?
Fuck that shit. No, fuck your prosthetic. Like,
No, I'd
because
be
if you're
fine.
losing both your legs and you get both your prosthetics and you just run around like normal, then what's even the fucking question?
Well, that's why I'm answering losing my legs, because you can.
No,
Are you talking about not
Yeah, bro.
Like
no
not having a
prosthetics? You
Yeah.
have to be in a wheelchair.
It's 1800s right now.
So okay, all right. You did not specify that.
I didn't think I had to.
No, I thought.
It's just
shit.
good old nubs.
I was gonna say lose my legs too.
Well,
so
that's
Yeah.
I was gonna say
I'm
lose my
definitely
legs,
losing
but
an arm now.
without modern
But
technology.
you can have a wheelchair though. You can have a wheelchair though.
With the arm, then I guess it depends. Can I keep my right arm and lose my left?
Yeah, can we?
Yeah, you can pick.
Oh yeah, I'm definitely taking an arm. High key.
Yeah, okay. If it's the 1800s, I'm losing my left arm. If it's
sure.
today, I'm losing both legs.
Okay.
No chance, bro.
Because
I'll
there
still
are
lose my
cool
left arm.
Because
Prosthetics,
yeah,
yeah.
nowadays you can just it'll take a year or two to get used to it, and then you'll be back like normal.
Both your legs above the knee?
Well, that also depends.
I'm talking about, bro. We're talking.
I have a specific.
We're
person in my
talking
mind.
legs, dick intact, but we're
So,
talking both legs.
The guy I
bro.
know has one above and one below the knee, and it's barely noticeable. Wait. What'd you just say?
I said I'm talking about both above the knee, like all the way your legs.
But I
bro.
still got my junk.
But dick intact. Yeah.
Can you
Okay,
even use
all right.
said junk though without legs?
For sure,
got my
bro.
arms.
Probably better, bro. Yeah, honestly, better, bro. You be lifting yourself up like fucking. I'm just saying.
Or just find
It's a jackhammer at that
does
point.
Everything, you know.
It's a jackhammer. I'll make my own prosthetic springy legs. Just do boing.
That core strength is unreal, though.
Oh my god.
Okay, you know, since we're on this topic, I worked with this dude named, I'm not gonna say his name, but he you know how like when you just kinda start talking to people while you're at work, and the conversation just kind of, it's like how like you start a YouTube video but end up watching a completely different subject 2 hours later, just
Like
because
right
you-
now.
Yeah, because
Yeah.
you've like gotten into it. So we was talking about something, but then it just kind of folded into him having sex with this lady that didn't have any legs, but he didn't know she didn't have any legs until it got time to do the do. And so he literally
What?
He met her at
Surprise.
the. He was like talking to us. He was telling about how like he met her at the bar, went back to her house or whatever, and she was like, "Hey, I don't ever think you've been with a girl like me." And he was like, "How funny? Like I've heard that before." Like, you know. And then she was like, "No," and then she like showed him her prosthetics, and he was like, "Oh, okay. So like, what do you usually do when you have sex with your legs?" And she's like, "Oh, well, most of the time I just take them off." And so he said, now, like I said, I don't know about this. I've made conversations with this man, and he said it was very off, but he said that it was better than any he has ever had. He said that he was able to like ragdoll
hit,
her
like,
everywhere. And
hit
he's
any
like,
angle?
So,
Like-
that's what he said. He said like
Oh
the legs.
my
He said
God.
he didn't notice how much the legs.
There
got
was
in the
no.
way. That's honestly what he told me. I don't think that sounds right. I didn't want to say it on camera, but that's
Yeah,
honestly what he said.
Yeah.
That's honestly what he said. And I was like,
I mean, I
okay.
can see it, but like, oh man, I don't know.
It makes you think. It makes you think a little bit.
About physics and geometry. Yep.
I mean, I immediately just thought like, oh.
Hey, also, I'm calling I'm calling cap on the fact that he didn't know that she didn't have any legs, bro.
How?
I'm calling
like I
cap.
told you, man.
Fucking
Like,
bullshit,
yeah,
bro.
if you're wearing long pants,
She's
like
wearing
I said-
Where did she work? How did he meet her? Like,
At the bar.
she's
As
wearing
a-
some
they
fucking
weren't
business
dancing, I
casual
assume.
fucking pants. She's not wearing no
They're not
fucking
dancing, dude.
pants.
You probably can't tell.
Like, as a guy at a bar and you're talking to a girl,
I'm
you're
looking at the figure, bro.
You're looking at her figure.
Yeah.
You can't tell me you don't notice a little something.
I'll be
a little bit of a
I'll be
robotic
honest about a
shape.
few things. One,
Like,
I'm not very observant. Two,
that's facts, bro.
yeah, when I'm trying to, I mean, I've been taken for a while now, but like when I've been talking to a girl I have never met before and I'm trying to kind of work my moves on her, I'm so in the zone and focused on the conversation and making sure I do everything right. I'm like looking at her face and I'll look at the figure, but usually not so much as to be like, oh, those legs are fake. You know,
That's fair.
I'll look at like
Like
I
a
don't
quick
care.
look.
I
to
still
be
notice.
in the interest of transparency. Yeah, I'll look at.
I mean,
like,
it depends
her-
on how
her
much he had
butt
it.
and up.
If he was,
but below the butt, not really.
if he was drinking, I mean, I guess I could.
Probably definitely have the drunk goggles on. bro.
Yeah.
Oh, that too. Yeah.
Like I feel like I look at legs if they're out and exposed. Like if you got jeans on, cool. Jeans, look away, whatever. But if a girl's wearing a skirt or shorts, whatever,
Yeah, if it
I'm
was
gonna
open.
look-
Did they say she was born with it, or like?
I actually don't
I'm
remember.
gonna say.
No.
Because if she was born with it, you may not be able to notice. But I'm telling you, if it happened like 3 years before, I'd fucking know.
This was assuming that she's wearing like long pants or
I'm
something where I
saying,
can't
bro.
see.
I'd fucking know.
I wouldn't.
I'd pick up on something. I'd be like, that step was wrong.
See, or like, or this
That
girl
was
who's already
wrong.
drunk, but she's literally walking like
Yeah,
I
wait.
don't know.
Especially if you're at the bar, if a step is wrong, you assume it's because maybe she's been drinking.
Then I'm not having sex
Too
with
much
her, bro.
Smart.
I'm just saying.
I'm not saying
That would
she's
be my
like
first.
blackout, but just enough to stumble.
Honestly, on that note, like that would be my first thought. I'd be like, oh, I wouldn't think no, she don't have no legs. I'd be like, she's fucked up.
I'd be like, I'm not getting a felony. I'm out.
Yeah.
This is gonna be
That's a good point. That's a good point. He definitely could have either just had on the drunk goggles or thought she was just intoxicated enough to have a wobble.
You know,
There's
I'll
no
be
way I'd
honest.
notice
I'll
unless
be
they were
honest with you,
Marty.
man.
I wouldn't.
I'm not sure I would go for it. But if I was with a girl and she lost her legs, yeah, I'd go for it.
Well, that changes things.
Yeah, if you don't go for it, then you're an asshole.
yeah, you're just
Yeah.
like,
Yeah.
But I'd indulge though, low key.
I feel like this opens up a lot of possibilities. Let's see where it goes.
My mind, dude, when he's telling this story, I was like, I would honestly just have to do it out of curiosity.
Yeah.
Just 100%.
Yeah, that's a. Yeah.
Just just purely out of curiosity.
Okay, but say y'all
Face has
were
gotta be
dating
right,
for like
though.
5 years, you would really only want to do it just once out of curiosity, or would you throw that whole
You're saying
relationship?
dating. I was talking.
No, we were talking about if
if
you
you
just
meet
met
someone.
somebody.
Yeah.
Oh,
If you're
okay.
But
dating
the face-
someone,
But like I
that's different.
said, the face would have to be right though, because if it's like,
Don't lose your legs.
Yeah, right.
like as bad as it sounds, like having no legs is definitely not a positive. And if I'm not fucking Brad Pitt or anything like that, but like if it's, all I'm saying, they gotta be looking good. It's all I'm saying.
Maybe they're really.
Don't
funny.
look at me like that, motherfucker. You agree with me?
He's saying like,
Okay, she's a 10, nice ass, nice.
Yeah, of course.
Going for it for
Yeah.
sure,
Yeah.
all day long.
there's like a thing going on.
But if
Or
she,
she
but
has
if,
a
but she, but
really
if she's
good
like a 3,
personality.
but if she's like a 3 though, I'm not going for it just to test the waters.
Yeah.
Is what I'm getting at.
Yeah, well, I wouldn't be going for it if she's a 3 anyway.
Yeah, but
Also
some, but,
not
but
Brad
some,
Pitt,
pe- but
but
some people would though.
Sizing up in here.
But
Okay.
some people would though, just knowing the fact that she doesn't have any legs.
Fair.
There's there's definitely a
Like,
category,
yeah.
there's definitely
Yeah.
a category on some sex website, probably because I know
The hub for sure,
Yeah.
without a doubt. It's got to be somewhere.
yeah, like
The hub.
wait, like
No point.
yeah,
Yeah,
I was thinking like
the hub.
the hub, yeah.
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 There was a video of some kid like literally on the drums in church, and he played.
Oh,
that,
yeah.
and like everybody's head turned, and then like he
Yeah.
talks to the people like
Oh,
try
yeah.
not to like.
He
Yeah.
went viral. I heard he got kicked out. I think that was school.
I know
What's
that
that?
it happened at a pep rally for sure.
Prep rally.
Yeah.
Yeah,
It was definitely
I think he
prep
was like
rally.
Yeah.
expelled for it, but he went viral.
Yeah,
That's
so, I mean,
fucking
Why
lame
you
as
get
shit,
expelled?
bro.
Well, also could be a rumor. I don't know if he was expelled. That's
but,
just
like,
what I
even if
read
he was
randomly.
expelled, whose fault really is that, right? Like you just played a beat on the drums.
They recognized it.
Yeah, now
Yeah.
the teacher, whoever the teacher was,
I
that
feel
comes
like
to the
it.
office.
There's another
Low-key.
Vine. There's a a meme that I saw that was hilarious. It was like some kid in high school, right? And he was wearing, it was a shirt that has a logo. Awkwardly enough, I recognized it, but it had like HH in a very particular pattern that was the logo for Hentai Haven. And nobody said a
knows
word.
What that is, bro.
It's fuck you, all right?
I'm just saying.
It's a hentai website, but nobody said anything because they either didn't recognize it or they didn't want to admit that they recognized it because it doesn't say it. It just has the logo.
Yeah.
And so it became a meme.
Were you about to talk about the TikTok stuff with the people that are like, they're a 10, but whatever?
Yeah.
Have you seen that?
Yeah, oh yeah. There's that all over the place. You talk
She's
one
a
particular
10,
one?
But she
Or-
bites her toenails.
Yeah, like there's just always some. Yeah. So I was thinking like,
Gotta think about it for a second.
what would be like
5.
your line?
4 maybe. I don't know.
What would
If
be
she's
like
a real
your
10,
line? Like what would be like the greatest? Like what would be like she's a 10, but
This is a really good category
that would go like as far as you go. Mine would be like
that we didn't plan for.
she's a 10, but.
like the worst thing they could do.
Yeah, like what's the worst thing that like you could probably get to before you're like, okay, she's not a 10.
She's
like,
a 10, but she's in a cult.
no, see that's an automatic 4.
Depends on what cult.
Yeah, what
Yeah,
do
no,
they do?
honestly,
Do they
though.
sacrifice things or
Wow.
do they just do weird shit?
And is she participating or is she grew up in it though?
Yeah.
I'm just saying, like
If she grew up in it, she's stuck in it at this point, bro. Like,
maybe.
If she's
My
my
girlfriend
age.
was born
I was gonna
Amish,
say,
raised
yeah.
Mennonite.
Rose is Amish.
Okay,
Was
yeah, that's
Amish.
another thing. Are we talking about a girl that we've known, or did we just meet this girl at a bar and find out she's in a cult?
Oh, that's
Because like, if we just find out she's in a cult and be like, yo, I really want to know.
yo. Yeah, I would also, not knowing her up until that point, I don't know if you can't necessarily trust somebody you just met. So like, she might say that she's not sacrificing goats or people, right? It's like, no, it's just a cult that worships
Jolly Ranchers.
Jolly Rancher. Yeah, something random.
Yeah,
But then like, she's secretly actually murdering. Like, I don't know.
yeah. That's
Nope, I'm out.
I don't know.
I'm trying to think of another one.
Yeah.
The worst thing, but they'd still be a 10?
Yeah.
Still be a 10. Okay. Dude, honestly,
I'm more shallow than I'd like to admit.
yeah.
I was gonna say this will actually
Like-
show you like how shallow you are. For You're like, oh,
Yeah.
she's a 10, but like, you know.
I don't know if they'd be a 10. They might still be a 9. Like, if I'm with a girl and, like, oh, damn, I don't know. I was going to say, like, if they have, like, a really bad relationship with their family. Like, I feel
Gives a
like,
shit.
yeah. But
Maybe
it
her
depends.
family is a bunch of
But
assholes.
if I meet their family and they're awesome, though, then she's kind of a bitch, bro.
Okay.
So, but they're still only going down.
I mean, some people are just like have shitty families.
But
Yeah,
then
I'm
there are
definitely
people
fine with it
who
for sure.
yell at their parents like, "Mom, oh, you're fucking annoying."
I'm definitely the black
Like, get out of
sheep,
here.
So, I mean, I can't.
Like, I love you, sweetie. Oh, Mom, shut up. Like,
Yeah.
I could not.
I just
Knock
have you
you
seen
down.
the TikTok that's going viral about the guy
No,
who's
I
like
agree.
in class
But I feel like with
on
chicks, it's a
Zoom?
little different, though.
And you
Yeah.
just hear
For some
this
reason,
guy's
I feel
"Hey,
like
can you read the next
I agree.
chapter
Just
so I
like,
can
you know,
prepare?"
you're
And he's like,
expected
"Yeah,
to,
sure." And then you hear someone,
meet
his
them.
mom be like, "Hey, can you
You're
put your
like,
laundry in the dryer?" It's like, "God damn, Mom, shut the fuck!"
I could not.
Like on class on Zoom.
And the whole class is probably just like,
Everybody's
The-
like, "Whoa!"
I don't know, man. I feel like any of those, like if you wanted to say like she could still be a 7, the worst thing that they could do, but like if they're a 10, then the worst thing they could do would still be like a 7, which is still like hot as fuck.
we'd also go the opposite way and be like, "Oh, she's a 3 or 4, but she cooks every meal for you."
Well, I like to cook, but I get where you're going.
She's a 3 and she cooks every meal for me, and she's a 7.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
Yeah,
that's what I'm
like,
saying. Like
that's what I'm saying. Yeah.
she's
That
still
gives you-
not a 10, but she's up there though.
You definitely
Like,
boosted
That's
your
yeah,
Yeah.
that's it. That works. Okay, I'm going back to the. She's a 10, but
I don't know, bro. That's that
That's
really
a
is
rough
hard
one.
That is a hard one.
She's a 10.
I feel like we need examples instead of coming up with our own. You know what I mean?
maybe.
I
That
wish
should
it
be a
was-
card game.
I was literally about to say, cards need to be any kind of like, she's a 10, but she blah blah blah, and then whoever like gets the best response. I don't know, that'd be a cool game.
Oh
That
my
would.
god, she's a 10, but she fucking snores. Can't do it.
You snore.
I don't know. I don't
Sleep
think
in a different bedroom.
I don't think it's that. It's
I'm
not
just
that
joking.
big. I don't think it's that big of a deal.
Yeah,
She's
literally.
10. She's
It's
still a
not.
damn 10.
Like you can be in a I
I wouldn't
Not
want to
everybody
sleep in
agrees.
another bedroom though.
Yeah, no,
It's definitely
most
not
people disagree,
ideal.
but it's not ideal, but it can work. You know, if there's an issue like snoring, you can have a healthy relationship and sleep in a different bedroom for that reason. Wake up in the morning and cuddle.
Snoring's not a big deal, but if
Alright.
there was a female that actually like slept walked, that is when I have to draw the line.
Sled walk.
Yeah, because like if I wake up and you're just like looking out a window blankly, I'm losing my shit. Like I gotta go.
Or sleep talk. That's weird.
Yeah.
So I'm a very light sleeper, but I'm okay with sleeping in a. So actually, in one of my previous relationships, a lot of times I'd get up and go home because her cat would be too loud, or because I'm very light sleeper and I'd be up all night. So, but that it was like it would be the first time. She was pissed, but we had a talk, and in time we kind of got used to the idea that I'm such a light sleeper that sometimes I'll need to be sleeping in a different room or whatever, because we didn't live together yet at that time, or we never did. But
So you were like visiting anyway.
yeah,
So,
exactly. So, anyways, yeah, if she slept walk, as long as she didn't do any weird shit, I'm fine with it. I just sleep in a different room though.
I used to sleepwalk. I told her the story, but my brother, he saw me walk out of my room one night, or like heard me or something. We used to have like bunk beds. By the way, most comfortable bed I've ever had in my life was a bunk bed. I would honestly buy one just like as the bed for the rest of my life. I don't know why. Just something about a bunk bed, but
That's fair. I think as long as it's long enough. I think some of them are short.
that's fair too. Yeah, it was definitely a small bed. I wouldn't fit on it now. But,
Not a twin.
If they made
college one.
adult bunk bed, they're like long enough to where your feet aren't hanging off the edge. Yeah, I can see that.
And it's wide enough too that you can like roll around, whatever.
Well, honestly, I usually, not to bring things back to the Marine Corps, but I got used to sleeping in like a coffin-sized space that I got used to it, and now I still do. So I usually sleep with like my legs like crossed, and sometimes I'm just straight up like this.
Please don't tell me that y'all's fucking.
Or like this.
I know I just missed a little bit, but please don't tell me y'all just said she's a 10, but her bed's small as fuck.
No.
No.
We just somehow got on that topic.
Oh, she's a 10, but she has a twin-sized bed.
Oh, that's not six.
I was telling a story. I used to sleepwalk like really bad, and my brother woke up one night and I was walking out of my room or something, but he saw me full on make a sandwich like, in my sleep. But I like left everything out on the table. I like made the sandwich, left it on the table, left the like bread out, you know, whatever else I had out. Went back up to my room, and you're not supposed to like wake people up as they're sleepwalking because it could be a bad dream and they could attack you, whatever.
Yeah.
So he waited until I got back in my bed, and then he woke me up and was like, "I want you to see what you just did." And he literally brought me downstairs, and I looked and just like. First, I had like ripped the bread too. There was like a hole like in the sandwich. You could tell I made it with my eyes closed type of thing. You know what I mean? Like it was a fucked up sandwich. But
You're probably trying to peel the pieces apart, but instead just rip them in half.
yeah, and like the bread was all smashed up, and it was funny because like my brother was like generally like scared, like yo, that was mad weird, and I'm like, yo, I just wasted all this food. Let's not wake mom up.
Yeah.
You know
That's
what
what
I
I
mean?
was just thinking. I was like, oh, damn, that's an ass whooping.
Yeah, literally an ass whooping. I was like, yeah, we're just gonna put all this back and like not talk about this. So that's one of the stories I'm gonna take to the grave. My mom is probably, unless she's watching this, is never gonna know about it. Like,
Did y'all have like bunk beds in dorms or anything?
No, whenever I was in a dorm, we actually had really nice dorms where it was like a flat. So like each person had their own room, which was awesome.
I did not have that luxury. So I actually ended up kicking out my roommate freshman year, whatever. But before I kicked her out, we had our beds, instead of bunked, hers was like, you know, kind of L shape underneath mine. And I double sprained my ankle, so I was in a boot and in crutches. And so I, of course, had the top bunk at that time too. So I had to crawl up, you know, on her bed and then onto my bed. And so I told her, I was like, look, if you're going to have a guy over, let me know. I'm going to go across the hallway, chill at Katie's room, whatever. She's like, no, we're not going to do anything like that. He's just coming to sleep over, whatever.
Okay.
Why, though, in the middle of the night, I'm just laying there, I got my AirPods in, whatever, my bed starts shaking. Why is my bed shaking?
Oh my god.
And I look down, the dude is grabbing onto my bed to like thrust. And I was like, really? And so I like tried to just like move over, you know, turn my music up. My comforter starts sliding down because he's like grabbing at whatever he can, and that was my comforter at the time. So literally my comforter slides down like this much. I'm still shaking, like, and I wake up the next morning and you know,
Oh my god,
it was bad.
the story should have ended with, so I hit him with my fucking boot and knocked this motherfucker out.
Dude,
Like,
I
Did
would
he
just
even notice she was up there? First of all,
Yes, I had to say goodnight to them. Like, we were all still in the room.
good night.
Like,
He said good morning.
well, no, he did do that. Yeah.
I'm just picturing, imagine being this guy, going to a dorm and having the confidence to be in the zone so much, knowing that her roommate is on the bunk, to be grabbing the bunk and just not giving a shit.
Yeah.
Like, you gotta be like, you
I feel
own
like-
the room
I
and
feel
you
like
don't give a fuck.
there has to be alcohol involved, bro.
has to
if you're that brazen, just like,
You had liquid courage.
yeah,
That's-
or
somewhere.
Or he wanted to, like,
He's just an
weird
asshole.
threesome type of
That's
thing.
what I was
gonna
Like,
say.
She's involved.
or
You know.
Might
either
be
that, or
trying,
he was
yeah.
like, hey, wake up, or something. You know what I mean? I'm just saying.
Yeah,
Especially
I didn't think
if
about
alcohol is
that.
involved. Yeah, I'm just saying. Dudes are
I know
stupid.
dudes out there that I wouldn't put it past them.
That's what I'm saying. Like,
for
be like,
sure.
oh, so I woke her up and told her to come down. Like,
Maybe that was the motive. Like, shake my bed enough that I could be like, what are y'all doing? Hey. And then
Yeah.
he's like, oh, want to join? No.
Like, that's how
No.
it works.
Like, no,
He
I
thought
have two
real-
boots on my feet.
he thought he was on the homepage of Pornhub and real
Yeah, I was
life,
gonna
bro.
say, like,
Like,
he learned from the internet how to have
Yeah.
sex.
Oh my gosh. 2 roommates.
Yeah.
Stuck in the washing machine.
Oh my gosh. Or I think my favorite one is when the guy's in the hot tub and the girl comes in and is like, looks like you need a lifeguard for this pool or whatever. He's like,
oh,
it's a tub or whatever. he
Yeah,
said.
right? Yeah.
he's like,
There was the one where it's like, 911 dispatch, what's your emergency? And he's like, my sister-in-law, she's stuck in the washing machine. He's like, oh, okay. We're sending our best officer. He's like, okay. He's also a firefighter and a doctor. And he's like,
is it Johnny
is it
Sins?
Johnny Sins? He's like, it's Johnny Sins.
Are these just
Johnny
like roles
Sins.
he's famous for then? That's
Johnny
funny.
Sins
done-
is like the most famous male porn star. He's like the
Cliche
Mia
doctor.
Khalifa, whatever, of
Delivery
male.
man.
Yeah.
That's, yeah.
A jack of all trades, as they would say.
Yeah.
Yeah, we're sending our best officer. And
Yeah.
firefighter. And doctor.
It'd be cool if he had all the costumes on. He just came through and was like, who do you need right now? Hold on.
Yeah.
Wait. Like,
So did you guys see that James Webb Telescope that from like a few weeks back that they had
yeah.
put out?
I
Like
have
the-
seen
Where they did
TikToks of people.
like the
Most updated picture of
Yeah.
the known
of like the
visible
deep
universe or
web,
whatever.
deep web, the deep deep space telescope.
I think I
actually
did
start
see a
so we can
picture where it
actually-
was a really old star actually breaking a piece off. Because you know how stars normally have like explosions, like you'd see some if you zoom into the sun, like explosion, but
Oh,
it's
yeah.
all like on the surface. This one, I don't think they know like when it has happened, but it literally looks like a chunk of the star is like falling off. And this
Yeah,
is all
so-
TikTok. So
So
Like a solar
before they
flare
had
that's big enough, it's become
so-
its own star.
So I think like what I could be wrong. I think like in 1990, maybe late 80s, they shot out the Hubble Space Telescope, and there's so many like super famous pictures of deep space and just space in general that they had. And if you actually look, or if you go and look, like they're awesome pictures. But the new James Webb Space Telescope, it's the same thing as the Hubble, but it's just or the same concept rather as the Hubble, but it's just the telescope is fucking going sicko mode on it. The lens is like way better.
I was gonna say, isn't it kind of like the hexagonal, like gold?
I'm actually not sure,
I saw a picture of it.
but these are just some of the. Let's see. I know that they did the. Let's see.
That's actually crazy.
Yeah, there was one that
See,
showed.
yeah, the
Yeah,
here we
yeah,
go,
I know what
yeah.
you're talking about. It's like the most
Oh,
the most detailed photograph of space of the modern age.
Yeah,
I
they
guess,
went.
basically. You can
So,
zoom in super far and see stars that you wouldn't even see without zooming in.
so I think this. Let's see. I don't know if it's that picture. Sorry, this mouse is acting crazy. Here it is, right here. This is the famous one now.
I thought it was the other one that you were just looking at.
So this picture right here is the first images that came out from the James Webb Telescope, and you can tell where there's kind of like a distortion there. It kind of looks like a fisheye effect. Well, what it is, apparently there's like there's a black hole between us and all that stuff in the background. But this image right here, they're talking about this is so deep space. So if you go and you walk outside right now and you look up in the night sky, the portion of space that's in this picture, if you hold up a grain of sand at arm's length, that's how far that's zoomed in. So supposedly, if you fucking put a grain of sand at every single square centimeter, millimeter, that's in that, in every single spot.
That's
In
wild.
360, all the way around you. Is that not insane?
That is insane.
So, on this topic, we see all these stars, some of them maybe even planets that we haven't touched yet. There's definitely life out there, right?
You think so? I don't think so, bro.
You don't think so?
I'm major.
Oh, no. I'd say there is,
I'm the
but
only
I don't
person
think
that
they'll
doesn't
ever
think
find us,
so.
and I don't think we'll ever find them.
I swear, I talk to
vast.
so many people, and everybody thinks that I'm crazy because I don't believe in aliens.
I mean,
Like, I'm not saying that I don't believe in aliens, like that it's not possible. I just think that if aliens did exist, and if the universe is as old as people say it is, if you think about the universe and how old it is, and think about how young humanity is, and we're able to travel through our solar system somewhat, right? I think that if it's really trillions of years old, the whole fucking universe, or at least our area, should be colonized by aliens. Like, I feel like
I don't
it'd be
think you're
so.
appreciating the sheer vast distance. I don't think you're.
I mean, I understand what you're
understanding
saying.
it.
I'm just telling you what I think.
I think
Fair
you're equating it to like how Earth is in the
Yeah.
whole solar system. But like even on, was it Mars? They found like some traces of like water.
Yeah.
They found water, but they've not found any life at all. Just because you
Traces.
find
Possibility
like a
of
meteor
bacteria.
can fly by and have water on it, though. That doesn't mean there's going to be life on a meteor, though.
My thing is that I think there's almost without a doubt life somewhere, but my thing is the exact opposite of what you're saying. The sheer distance is I don't think there's any resources on any of those planets vast enough to make the travel
Well, I don't.
possible.
I'm not even limiting my. So, my thought is like, on Earth, everything that's living is like a carbon-based life form, right? But that's the only thing that we've seen here on this planet, right? Is carbon-based life forms. That doesn't mean that there can't be helium-based life forms. There can't be like aluminum-based life forms. There can't be gold-based life forms. So, I think with that in mind, if we only know of carbon, but with that in mind and how old the universe is, like there could literally be Autobots and shit out there. Like they should be here though. Is my thoughts because like
There's
it's
no
so
way
old. Like
they can't travel that far.
humanity has evolved within what millions of years, like a few million years. Like if we only have this short amount of time in the grand scheme of the entire universe, where is everybody else at?
Probably
Is
not
my
giving a
thought.
fuck about us
I
because
don't-
we're so behind.
Well, I don't think
I
it's
mean,
a
maybe.
matter. I don't think it's a matter of discovery and invention and technology. I think it's a matter of resources. Because travel, regardless of your discoveries and inventions, travel takes resources.
Well, and I mean,
none of those planets have enough resources to travel such a long
yeah,
distance.
but you don't know what resources are valuable to
This is my
another
theory.
to an alien like race like that. The resources that we find that are not valuable to us at all, they could be super valuable.
No, I'm not talking about value. I'm talking about like
harbor life?
gasoline. I'm talking about travel.
Like the things you would need
Propulsion.
to get through space.
Yeah, propulsion to get somewhere.
Yeah, well, my thought is that if they've been around, if there is a community that's been around for just say 1 billion years, they should be able to travel damn near close to the speed of light. I mean, we're able to accelerate particles close to the speed of light.
Yeah, I think it breaks it down to resources. Like, if we used every resource on the planet Earth, we still probably wouldn't be able to send
If you think about
a
it, like
dog to an inhabitable planet.
we couldn't, but we've only just scratched the surface on technology.
Well, I don't think it's a matter of technology. I think it's a matter of the planet Earth not having the resource.
But if you think, okay,
So
so
I guess
we are
if you
able
have
to harness the energy of an atom, a singular atom, and make an atom bomb and make nuclear power. Think about that. There are like essentially infinite atoms in the universe. There are infinite atoms in the universe. You don't think that somebody at some point would harness that energy? I think that's like the next.
We'll see when
Step.
Thanos comes and lands on Earth.
Yeah, I'm just saying.
yeah.
That's just my opinion.
I have been.
I'm just trying to defend why I don't believe it.
No,
so
no,
like,
no, no.
everybody's making valid arguments. That's just why I don't personally believe in it. I'm not saying like if one fucking came down right now, I wouldn't be like, no, that's not an alien, that's the government. I'd be like, that's...
ultimately, the answer is we don't know.
Well, yeah, of course.
But
I just think it's wild that everybody thinks like that. I don't know. I feel like if you ask people, 30 years ago, people would say no.
No, yeah, exactly.
You know what I mean? Like,
For sure,
but
no,
now
if you're crazy,
everybody,
if
if
you
you say no, you're like, oh, you're insane, or
Yeah, like, have you seen this documentary? Like,
Yeah.
Whatever the
Like,
trend is.
As far as life goes, right? You gotta come with like a true definition of life. Does this thing have to breathe? Does it have to walk? Does it talk like us?
Well,
or could it just be some
microorganism.
Yeah,
An extremophile.
microorganism. Yeah.
Things that can. I mean, there are like bacteria and stuff that can survive short periods of time in space in a vacuum, but obviously it's like
And
bacteria.
extreme cold and extreme heat.
Exactly.
You know,
Yeah.
stuff like that.
But that it's. I think it's like certain periods of time and nothing that's really significant enough to do anything.
Yeah.
And also, does the theory of evolution only work on Earth?
Yeah.
That's my thing. Because
nobody really knows.
Yeah, because can those organisms evolve into some sort of animal?
I mean,
some sort of,
Right.
I think it's fair to say if there was other organisms on other planets that evolution would still be in place, because evolution itself isn't necessarily like a thought out thing. It's more or less like if there are mutations on other planets, then evolution is a thing.
Okay.
Right? So like the only reason why evolution is a thing on Earth is because people mutate, or let's say like a bird, if it lives in a snowy environment and it's a black bird, but there's one that mutates and turns white, well, it's more likely to survive because less things will be able to see it. It's more
Natural
camouflage.
I was literally about to say
So
that.
if we talk about that, like evolution, if things actually mutate on other planets, then yes, it's a thing. But if they don't, then no.
I know we've talked about like seeing a lot of videos and stuff. Have y'all been seeing the TikToks of people like recording clouds and like a cloud isn't moving, or it was a video of like the
Oh, don't get me
shadow.
wrong. I know I just
What's
talk a
that?
lot of shit
The
about
Matrix shit.
about aliens and shit, but I be seeing UFO TikTok.
Yeah.
I see that shit. Don't get me wrong.
Conspiracy theory.
I'll put a fucking
Bring
tinfoil
that
hat
Alex
on right
Jones.
now. But I don't know what that shit is.
Yeah.
It could. I want it to be a fucking
A
alien.
plane that's just not
You know what I
moving,
mean?
Like I saw one too where it was like half of a mountain had a cloud shadow on
Yeah.
it, but then no clouds were in the sky like at all.
I saw
Like,
one
stuff
that
I
like
think they're in
Joe
observance.
Rogan had posted some video that was
Joe
like
Rogan.
classified, and then it was unclassified. It looked like a big ass pyramid that was like floating through the sky.
What about the what was it? Something that only you showed it to me. It's like a particle that only exists if you're observing it or something.
Oh my god, I forget what it is. It's on the molecular level.
Something changes only when it's being
Whenever
observed.
it's being observed versus whenever
which
it's
defies
so
all
it's
science.
essentially it's like a it might even be electrons, bro. I can't remember
some
exactly
type of
what it
atom
is.
or molecule or
There's
something.
yeah, but it's like an atom or molecule. When you look at it, it's like the what's the box with the cat in it? Do you know what I'm talking about?
I don't
Schrodinger's
I don't know, but I remember
Schrodinger's
box
or whatever.
the
Where
project.
there's this thing where it's like where you put a cat in a box and whatever, you can open it up and it'll either tell you if it's alive or dead, or when you look at it, it's either alive or dead. But if it's closed, it's just not whatever. It's neither one because you don't know until you look at it. So it's the same thing with that atom where when you look at it, it'll either be there or it's not. It behaves only when you look at it.
So the experiment
So
was
like
they shot
nobody,
like a laser,
there's no,
and when nobody was looking, they'd shoot the laser and it would pass through whatever project they had and it would hit the wall in a single dot. But whenever they were recording, it would end up in 2 dots because it was split by whatever was
I
changing.
forget what that
only
was,
when they
man. That
looked
was
at
a
it.
crazy video.
Yeah, it's like they literally would record and look, and it would be 2 dots, and then they would just like make it happen, and then look, and it'd be 1 dot.
It just wanted some attention, you know.
Yeah.
It needs a little audience.
That was weird.
That is like borderline getting into like being able to harness like invisibility to a sense. Cause think of a bunch of those atoms.
I think it really kind of goes into the idea of like, are we in a simulation or not? And if you think about it, in the
I'm a skeptic when it comes to conspiracy theories.
Especially
but that's
the
not a
Matrix one.
conspiracy though.
Are
That's just like a
birds real?
theology type thing though. Because
I've
like
met
when you
people
think
who don't
about
think they're real.
what birds,
Birds.
yeah.
I think it's the NSA. But
As far as like us being in a simulation goes, I think it's so. I think when people think of like simulation, they think like I don't know how to even
Groundhog Day, where you're
Matrix.
literally in
yeah,
a
like the
bubble.
Matrix, right? But I think a lot of people that believe in the simulation say that they're like atheistic or whatever. But at the same time, it's like, are you talking about those same people that think that? They think about obviously, if you're in a simulation, somebody made it. Is my thought. But anyway, going back to that particle itself, it's like it only shows up if somebody's looking at it. It's almost like if you think about like a computer or like a video game, a lot of times when you're playing a game, it only shows a certain amount of the screen to save on the CPU or something like that. And I've heard people say like, so if it's like, oh, we don't know until you look at it, so it shows that it's like saving on CPU, blah blah blah. Same thing with like people. I've heard other people say like the reason why people have to sleep is because they're saving up on CPU or memory or whatever in the simulation. And that's obviously just a theory and just funny things to talk about, but I don't know.
What do you guys think about the moon landing in general? Do you guys think it was real? Do you think we actually went to the moon? Do you think that we went to the moon but didn't record it?
We're supposed to be going back to the moon here next week.
actually, I think
It's next week. They're coming. We're supposed to be going back to the moon, whatever. We're going to the moon, and they're supposed to be building a moon base there, which is like the
I didn't
international.
know that part.
Yeah, so like right now they have the International Space Station, which is the satellite that goes around the Earth, and people like astronauts live there, whatever. They stay there. They do studies. They're actually building essentially the same thing, like physically on the moon. So, but to go back to your original question, I think we got there, but I think that the footage that we've seen online or that they sent to people that they broadcast on TV, I don't think that was real. I think it was all fake. I think that we did get there, but the only reason why I don't think that footage is really true is because there's like I don't know if it's magnetic or radioactive layer around the Earth. I think it's magnetic. Actually, it is. It's magnetic, and the way that the tapes worked at the time when they would record stuff, I don't know if you ever remember like VHS or like a cassette. If you put a magnet on it, it fucking ruins it. Yeah. So if you go through a gigantic magnetic strip in space, and everything's recorded on that cassette, I mean the footage looked pretty nice to me. Is all I'm saying. Yeah. So I think that they really did get there, but I think that the footage that they released to people was like Hollywood.
Especially
just a
like,
show.
It was live stream too. Like that doesn't,
it's hard to live stream anything now. Like it's hard to live stream anything now, and it's like years and years and years later.
The thing that got to me that I always thought about was like how it takes light, like almost like what is it, 7 minutes or something like that
from the sun, or
well, I don't know how long
it's
it takes.
The moon's
like
a lot closer. So
the sun. I think it's I don't know what it is. It's like 5 minutes or something like that. But I mean, light's the fastest thing in the universe. But like, so light is the same speed as like microwaves or anything like that. Any electromagnetic wave is the same speed as light.
Right.
So
that was my thing. It's like if it takes light that travel far, how behind was the video they was watching back then in the day of the people on the moon while they was on TV? Back when like Was Wi-Fi even made back then?
Oh
No.
no,
No.
Wi-Fi
Wi-Fi
didn't
wasn't
exist.
You know what I'm
The
saying? So,
internet
like,
wasn't around back then.
yeah, so like, how would you stream that so fast from the moon?
It wasn't
I mean,
live
unless-
streamed
unless
the
they
way
had-
you would
they-
imagine a live stream today.
They might have had internet back then, but it was probably like the very first version of it, and it
Right.
wasn't like wide. It
What
wasn't
year
like
was it again?
www. Dot. It was 19. Let me look it up. It's like 1960 something, wasn't it?
They didn't have internet. I don't
Oh, let's get our guesses. I'm saying 1972. I don't
Saying
know.
67.
I think.
Okay, come on, mouse. Stop being.
Was it even live, or did they just bring back recordings
no,
and
they
put it on
did.
the news?
Because they did it that way, then it makes
Oh,
more
hold on.
sense. But that's what always got to me. I was like, did they like stream this, but like not stream it, or like record it, and then since they record it, like send it to somebody, and then that person has to send somebody else to get it back, or what?
I honestly never really thought about it, but I also never really questioned
Oh,
69.
1969. Should have
Nice.
figured
it.
that.
Nice.
I said 67.
Only 4 days on the moon. Come on.
Yeah. Well, anyway, like I
Well,
said, they're supposed to be
4 days on
going
the
back
moon. I
and
know.
building a base up there, which I mean, I think that's pretty wild. That they're building a base. I mean, I don't know. I think that enough. If they actually go up there and build a base, that proves it enough to me.
Yeah, I
You
agree.
know.
Would y'all live on a base on a different planet if possible? Like if
I
it
thought
was
about it.
already-
I used to think yes back in
If-
the day.
I was
But now,
suicidal,
no.
then yes.
No, I wouldn't do it.
If I was already
It'd be
suicidal and I
ass,
just didn't
bro.
give a shit, hell yeah. I'd rather do that than off myself.
Yeah.
That's like they were trying to pick a team to go to Mars and not come back. I have no problem with that. A lot of people are saying that that's
I mean, those are
inhumane
modern
or
day
whatever.
pioneers, though.
Yeah, and I was also thinking like, okay, if you have like a family that you're leaving behind, no, just pick a group of deeply depressed scientists who want to live on Mars.
Yeah.
I'm sure people.
Let them do it.
I guarantee you, people were saying the same thing about the pioneers, though, or people just coming to America.
Yeah.
To the Americas, like, would you
It
go?
worked out, but-
Would you go? It's like, I mean, if I fucking didn't give a shit or whatever, you know, like, they had to have said the same
It's
thing.
the,
So
it's the skirmisher
I
group.
think-
Send the people who don't care if they come back. See how it goes.
Yeah.
initially years ago when they first started talking about going to Mars, I was like, hell yeah, I would totally go. Like, I would sign up for that shit. But
Yeah.
now I'm just like, nah, fuck
I don't
no.
wanna do it.
I like back in the day. I don't know. I guess I just thought like, I don't know, betterment of humanity. But at this point, I'm just like, honestly,
What is humanity?
YOLO. You only live once. You know what I mean? Like,
Yeah.
fuck that shit. I'm not about to die on Mars. You out of your
that's
mind?
yeah, that's the thing too. Is like everything. It's hard enough living on like a farm and having to deal with all that all
Yeah.
day. Imagine having to like go and like find a cup of water.
Yeah.
Or like make a cup of water using.
Or you
No,
gotta.
no,
or you,
this is like
you
you're in a
bring
space station.
everything with
Yeah.
you. You
Well,
bring everything with you. Like,
the goal is to like plant a like a greenhouse and start growing shit
Yeah, 'cause
in a
I'm-
confined space.
Yeah.
well, they were talking about
You're gonna eat the same
nuking.
shit every day, and you're gonna
They were
probably go insane within a year.
they were talking about nuking the polar caps on Mars.
Oh.
So whenever they when they
I think
nuke
been
the
here. I was like,
no
no.
no, they were talking about Elon Musk. This was like 10 years ago. Elon Musk was talking about nuking the polar caps on Mars. That way, it would evaporate all the ice. It would go up into the atmosphere. It doesn't have an atmosphere, really. It would go up and create an atmosphere, and it would rain. It would make water. Supposedly, I mean,
That's a
They-
very big risk. I feel like nuking anything is a very big risk.
Yeah,
I
well,
don't know.
nothing
well,
lives there.
But they said
As
that
far
they
as we
want to
know.
do the polar caps, but it's like, didn't we just find water on Mars?
Right.
How do they even know? Like, I
That's
don't
not- that's
know.
not-
Like, if there's ice up there, is that the evidence of water? I don't know.
Like, is it even ice?
Oh, it is.
Yeah.
I mean, ice is it's just frozen water.
Could be. It could be frozen anything.
I mean, yeah, there's a planet that rains glass.
Yeah,
So like,
that's
it
a
could
good
be
point,
like-
yeah.
propane or something, helium,
could-
whatever.
yeah.
That's true,
It
or
could look
some
like
sort
ice.
of like
Yeah.
almost water, but
I mean, it would
slightly
be ice. It
altered.
just wouldn't be water.
that's another thing too. Is like going to another planet would be so scary because you don't know like what the fuck anything is. Like you could touch
If
a
you see a
planet, it could
fucking
be a
Martian,
bomb,
bro.
or like, you could touch a planet, it can be like super poisonous, or super radioactive,
Yeah.
or whatever. You know. So that would be my thing. Is just
It's
literally
like,
having
well,
to
it's
like
a planet that
watch
rains all the time,
everything
but
you
it's
do.
glass flying in your face.
Yeah. Okay, so to change the subject just a little bit, did you guys see? Let me see real quick. Did you guys see with Magic Johnson Did y'all see the? I don't know if it's a meme or what lately, but he had to come out with a statement saying. Well, let me back up a little bit. So there was a picture put online, and it was a picture of Magic Johnson getting a vaccine, and somebody made a fake Twitter account and posted. It was like donating blood.
No. Oh my God. Of course, somebody did that.
It is. I thought it was hilarious.
Oh my god. Oh my god. Yeah, I need to see this.
It's funny. I just feel bad for Magic.
I mean, I don't. To be honest, he's so fucking rich.
Yeah,
if
a
there's
little
any pictures,
meme
though.
I feel like would not affect him like that.
No. Yeah.
Hey, donated what?
Let's see.
I have
Can
never
get
donated blood.
This thing to actually work correctly. Yeah, he actually had to come out with a statement saying like I've never donated blood. Blah blah blah. But I just thought that it was a funny little, somewhat current event. I mean, it's not like news or anything like that. I just thought it was funny.
The picture looks legit. That's hilarious.
Yeah, I know. Like I said, I think that's him just getting the vaccine.
Yeah,
So.
and whoever took that picture was somebody very close to him.
Right,
you
they
think so?
should not have leaked that tight. Like that was the nurse.
Well, I assume.
I don't know if it was like leaked or not. I feel like
They probably posted it like getting the vaccine, and then somebody else just took that photo from the internet and made it look like he was.
no, I just mean like at a certain point in time, there were a lot of celebrities and other people like trying to push people to get vaccines. I feel like it was one of those things where it's like they probably posted it on purpose, and then somebody made something out of it. Is my thought.
Yeah. That's
Oh
what I was
yeah,
saying.
yeah. For,
You know what I mean?
For sure.
Vaccine.
They were like, hey, I'm Magic Johnson. I got the vaccine. Y'all get the vaccine too. You know what I mean? But
Yeah.
And then they made that out.
and then they made a meme out of it years later.
But like no one like.
I can't believe he actually like acknowledged it though. Like if I saw that, like he sees the memes about like the mosquito, like eating.
Yeah.
You know what I'm talking about?
Yeah.
Like
That's what I'm saying.
Well, that's just to make sure people don't think he actually donated blood, I guess.
But like he just like I feel like every couple of years people go at Matty Johnson's neck.
they
Like,
do, bro.
Yeah.
And it's always funny though.
Yeah,
I'll be
like
honest.
literally, it's always something new, and it's somehow like.
Well, you saw?
I
Did
won't
you
say
see
the
on South Park where they did that? Where it was like, you've seen that, haven't you?
Yeah.
The South Park Magic
The
Johnson.
cure for AIDS is money.
Is money. So he like blends up money in a blender and injects it, and that's how he like survived HIV.
No, yeah, and I remember like he would sleep in a bed of money
Yeah.
to keep the AIDS
Mr.
away.
Krabs.
And that's from back like what 2010 or something.
Yeah, that was
Or
back in
even-
the day.
yeah.
Earlier than that probably.
Yeah.
Oh, I love South Park. It's just
Yeah, it's great.
so out of pocket.
Well,
Yeah.
I have a topic that's kind of a change of subject.
Okay.
Kind of back into anyone who knows me knows that I'm really not a conspiracy theorist at all. But we had previously talked about the pyramids and how we recently, we for a while thought we had a general idea of how they were built, but then recently realized that doesn't work and we can't figure out how the fuck they built it.
That's what you said. I know how they'd made it, but go ahead.
You're the one who made the topic.
No,
You brought it
made
up.
the topic.
You literally made the topic. Anyways, we can't determine how they made the pyramids. We can't figure it out with the technology they had at the time. Doesn't matter if they had 1,000 people or 1,000,000 fucking people. That the transportation of those gigantic blocks of stone up that slope, they just didn't have the technology.
They just made the
anymore.
bricks, bro.
Yeah.
They just had a lot of manual labor, sad to say.
That's what I think.
Yeah, but even if you have, it just still doesn't add up.
Bro, they fucking went out, either A, found some motherfucking trees and made some logs, or B, since they had all that rock, they just made a bunch of cylinders and they just put everything on the cylinders and just rolled that shit, bro.
Are you trolling me right
I'm
now?
not trolling you.
No,
I'm
you've
being
seen the Prince
serious.
of Egypt, right?
Yes, yeah. Oh, classic, bro. That's a classic.
First
Dude,
of all,
we've watched that.
I love that movie.
Yeah.
Yes.
I think
Of course.
what we've discovered recently is that those are the methods we thought they used until we realized it's not possible because of the weight of the blocks are bigger than people think they are.
Yeah.
And if you have 1,000 people pulling a rope and they're being rolled, it's still not possible unless even if they built a ramp we still can't figure out how they.
And then all the scaffolding, like you think you're gonna go up on these little flimsy wood, whatever for the upper bricks, I guess.
We're talking like tons of tons. It's like the size of a gigantic building. It's not possible the way we thought they did it. We still can't figure out how they did it. And now I was watching a new show on Netflix, The Unexplained, with William Shatner. Not that great, but there were some topics he brought up, including this one, that was very interesting. There was a guy in the late 1800s, early 1900s, who studied the pyramids for years and years and years. Then he goes and builds some sort of like sacred garden with giant coral stone.
What makes it sacred?
I don't know. I think it was religious in some way. I don't know.
Okay.
But he insisted on building it by himself. Not only that, but he insisted that no one watch him do it.
Sus.
Yeah, real sus, right?
Sus.
And people say that there were some like kids peeking over the walls and they saw nothing but like some sticks that's like in a tripod shape and some like pulleys, and that's it. And he somehow managed to bring tons and tons of coral stone, the size of also like a huge building. He's a 5-foot man by himself, somehow able to move all this stone and construct this, these decorative stones around this garden. No one can figure out how he did it, and he's the only one who's been able to possibly replicate whatever methods the Egyptians used in the pyramids. And so the theory is he discovered some sort of, discovery in physics to be able to do something like that we just don't know yet. And he was an asshole and brought it to his grave. But the theory is it's something like once we discovered invented the wheel, we were able to roll shit that we normally wouldn't be able to carry. Something similar to that, we just don't know what it is. Like a pulley.
So not a pulley or a wheel or a fulcrum.
Right.
Like
the same concept, just like 100-fold.
I mean, I know what it is.
Something where you can pull a rope as hard as you can, and
I know how he did it, bro.
How? The aliens?
Built different.
I was literally
built different.
Built
Yeah.
different, bro. That's literally what it is. He's
It's
5
all
foot
this.
tall, and he wasn't able to.
did some smelling salts and just.
Dude
Oh,
was,
yeah.
dude was
Smelling
built
salt.
different.
But I just thought we'd bring it up because
So
we
you
talked
think that
about
there's
this
something
that-
else besides like a pulley or a wheel or like a fulcrum? Like
we already know there is. We just don't know what it is. Either he snuck
I feel like
in.
that's just like interdimensional, bro. I feel like people would know. Like there's like basic forms of like mechanical engineering. I get what you're saying. Like that's the point that they don't know how he did it, but I just feel like
we can't figure out how he did it, but
built different.
Or just aliens.
or aliens.
Aliens at his house.
Just to think though, like if he did figure out a different way to move extreme amounts of weight with one person, he took that to the grave. That man would have.
Why would he take it?
Yeah,
He's a hoe.
you're sitting on so much money.
Yeah, what a
You don't
dick,
even have
right?
to. You just need to tell Home Depot.
Not Home Depot.
you just need to tell Home Depot.
Yeah.
Or give them a prototype of something.
Yeah.
Oh, God.
My
You're
my
doing
thing
that.
is like
easy.
it can't be a coincidence that this dude studied the pyramids personally and then goes and does something that no one can explain just like that.
Mm-hmm.
Clearly he discovered something. We just
I don't know if
what it
he
is.
discovered like the next wheel or anything like that, but I think maybe possibly he discovered like an equation where you could have a pulley here with a wheel there.
That's exactly
with a
what I'm
fulcrum.
talking about.
Okay, I thought you were saying like there was a whole nother thing. Like
I'm talking about a method in terms of physics that we don't know that can move heavy shit that we can't carry without a
But-
giant crane that he didn't have.
There's one reason why I can think if he didn't want to put that out, because think about one man being able to do 20 people's worth of work nowadays. He would basically be eliminating so
Tons of-
many jobs, like for
Yeah.
people.
That's a very reasonable reason. I assumed it was for religious purposes. That was
Well, that-
bullshit. And that is... Well, I guess I didn't consider the job aspect. I was just thinking we'd be saving tons of time and money, but jobs, I didn't think about how many jobs they would put.
Or maybe he got salty that the kids were peeking over the fence. He's like, I told you guys not to watch, and you watched anyway.
I had a few.
I'm not telling you. And that's how I feel.
There's a video going out though of this dude parasailing over the pyramids, and there's writings on top. That's what I need.
Really?
Yeah. Now that is something I need to figure out. What does that say? Because we all know like the Mayans predicted.
What do they write in though? Do they like Egyptian? That ain't. There's no way it's Egyptian. Is it Sanskrit or is it like?
I have no clue, but literally,
Yeah.
it's like writing. Like this dude's floating over it, and like as he's going over it, like slow mos, and like he's showing the top of the pyramid, and there's like writing all over the
Wait,
top
I
of
saw
it.
that.
Yeah,
What do y'all think?
Because it was like the Mayans predicted that like the world would end
2012.
in 2012,
Yeah.
but they were like so intact with like the Egyptians as well. Like they were like
Yeah.
the best friends if you think about it, and not like you know what I'm saying. Like they literally
A
had,
lot of their predictions were similar.
yeah.
and
Yeah.
stuff,
So
and
like
how their
Just imagine them hanging
mathematics
out.
and calendars and shit were similar. yes.
yeah. So like I don't know if the Mayans predicted that. I wonder what the Egyptians thought that they may have wrote on top of the pyramids. And people also scared to study like go in the pyramids because they're scared of booby traps or
Right.
getting trapped in there and things. So there's things in
Yeah.
the pyramid we still have not.
Well,
seen.
Speaking, go ahead, man.
I was just saying another thing that there's a lot of weird. Like I said, I'm not a conspiracy theorist. A lot of people are saying that it's trying to channel energy upward into space, but the pyramid structure does seem to have some sort of like the way the chambers are. There's no signs of any sarcophagus or anything that was even meant to be there. So now we're not thinking it was.
Isn't
even
it
a
like
burial
lined
ground.
up with?
But it was built like on a fault, and there's openings that go into the earth,
Mhm.
and then like structured back upward in a certain way that's similar to an antenna of some kind.
Well, the Mayans built their pyramid on the same longitudinal line as the pyramids in Egypt. Which
Right.
is
Well, you
weird.
know that they used to have. It was all white limestone, and then it was a gold cap at the top.
I did hear about that. My question is, how the fuck would they know that? It's like we don't know what skin color
And they got
dinosaurs are. How
writing.
would
They
we
got
know?
writing on the inside of it, man. So. Yeah, but it wasn't. I mean, it was hella ancient, but like they still have writing inside of it.
So was it the instructions of the golden thing to put at the top? Is that how we know it was there? Is the writing said to put a gold thing at the top?
I don't know. I'm not
I was just curious.
a
Is it an
historian.
Egyptologist?
Yeah, I'm not an Egyptologist, but I mean, same. You ask me these questions like, how do we know about their religions back then? They wrote the shit down.
Okay, yeah.
So same answer.
all right.
They wrote it
The
down
blueprints. Put a giant gold stone at the top.
How much money would you guys need to be offered to go and explore the pyramids?
Zero.
I do it
Yeah,
for
I
free.
would do it for free, yeah.
Zero.
For free?
Yeah, for sure.
I don't
Knowing that
believe it-
there's like hundreds of booby traps.
Don't
in
care.
I
Don't care.
I would die in a pyramid.
It's so
They'll
old.
simply-
the traps probably won't work.
Yeah, dude. Any kind of rope or anything that was held together to do a booby trap.
I think it's more dangerous
but
than
you
a
gotta-
scorpion.
I mean, if you
jump out of
fall
nowhere and bite
through-
you on
That's
the
what I was
balls.
thinking. Like, you gotta think like, there's not only like booby traps that like use rope. Like they literally just had like knife pits. Where, like you fall, and, like you fall into like.
I mean,
pull-
I'm
That would
not.
fucking
I'm not
suck.
worried about
Yeah.
booby traps. I'm more worried about like.
Well, we have
yes,
flashlights
there
now,
might be
not
shit
a
that
torch.
like. There might be shit that like eroded underneath.
Yeah.
Underneath, and you fall through. I don't
Well,
think. I'm not worried about booby
It is
traps.
literally a pyramid. Probably pretty sturdy.
But it's hollow though, right? I mean, not hollow, but like there's chambers in it though.
That's true.
So.
Or like some shit like the mummy happening, like awakening, some shit that like we really shouldn't have been messing with. You know what I mean?
I'm not worried about that.
Yeah.
I don't know, man. We've only just think about it too. We've only discovered 1% of the ocean.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And people are scared to go.
1%? It's more than 1%.
It's not much though.
It's like okay.
It's
if
under
it's-
20%.
let's say-
I
yeah,
feel
even-
like
yeah,
it's
yeah.
still
even if
over
it's
1.
10, like that's
I think
still
you're.
insane.
I don't know, but
If
it
it's just
sounds
1%.
right.
That's just beaches, babe. That's like
Okay,
So-
okay, well,
beaches.
okay, 10%. Even if we discovered only 10% of water, you got to think like thousands of feet down. There's probably fish that like we could not even.
Yeah, we haven't
imagine.
discovered.
There's-
We acknowledge that we haven't discovered all species.
Oh,
Dude,
yeah,
there's
for
so
sure.
many like deep ocean fish that are just like luminescent and they like
Yeah.
glow and shit. That shit's wild, bro.
Yeah.
I don't even understand how that's like. I mean, I guess it does boil down to evolution or whatever, but like, I just don't understand how being visible in the deep ocean, how that's a positive for anything.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Well,
I
you know,
don't.
if you put,
You know what I mean?
if
Like,
you put,
Unless you came from hell.
if you put
yeah.
black lights, like people like will put black lights up, like if there's like a hell of, like bugs in the house, because you can like see things with the exoskeleton, like they glow, like spiders and things of that nature. If you hold them under a black light, they turn like a iridescent, like
Yeah.
green, so it's like way easier to see. So I think it's like opposite. with like the fish underwater. Like maybe like they don't need the black light. To,
Well, I
like,
think
be
it's
luminescent.
also what they're eating too.
Yeah.
Like if they're just
As
eating
well.
certain.
Could
There's
also
a lot
use-
of
Do thermals work underwater?
for sure, bro.
Well, they don't work through glass.
I don't.
Yeah, it's the curve down the street. I hear that all the time.
Every night.
I don't.
Yeah.
Every day.
I don't
Every
think-
day.
Yeah, I was shocked to learn that
Thermals
thermals don't
should
work
work.
through glass. I thought they did, but they don't.
Well,
I have thermals
They can
right outside.
they can work through your walls, bro. If they're like super fucking nice.
If they're super thin, they'll work through walls. Glass doesn't go through
maybe,
glass.
Maybe yours, but like there are thermals out there that could literally see us sitting here right now from a helicopter.
Thin walls, it'll see through.
Okay.
It'll see through roofs into attics, but glass does not see through glass.
Okay.
Lives
So
in a
like if
glass
I was to
house.
shoot like a thermal into the water, I think the only thing would be like the water is so cold that it would.
Yeah, I don't think it would work through
I
water.
feel like it would. No, I feel like you would see it way more.
I feel like if
Like,
you're
you
gonna
can
get
see, like,
into
everything,
water,
like,
you gotta
down to the
use,
bottom.
Like,
Then you can see it.
sonar.
I would be sonar would be more.
Like if there
effective.
was
I
an
would be
animal
shocked.
there, if it wasn't cold blooded, like if it was warm blooded, like you would see that shit.
That was
Like,
actually my final project for my undergrad was thermal imaging. And I remember that, and I still didn't know, because I know that you can see through walls with a really high quality one and thin walls, but windows, the glass specifically, you can't.
Okay.
But water,
Do your hot take.
thermal cameras generally don't work underwater. Because the issues, this is because of the reason related to the issue with glass.
Okay. Well, whatever.
Living 100 years in the future would be better than living 100 years in the past.
Well,
We
I'm
don't
black,
know
so I'm
about
going
the
future.
future.
Just put that
Yeah.
out- put
Yeah,
it
you
out
know
there.
what? I don't
Yeah.
blame you. Good point.
Just put that out there. I'm definitely going to the future.
I didn't consider that, but that makes sense.
Yeah, even though the future is unknown, it would be cool to just kind of jump ahead and just be like, oh, cool. But at the same, you said 10 years?
But you got
Or
100
100.
years.
Oh, okay, okay.
But you got
10 years,
but you
I would
gotta
go
stay
past
there.
for sure.
Yeah.
100?
But you got to stay there though.
See, I don't know if I would do 100 years. I might do 200 years. I know that sounds like even worse, but I feel like if there were even less rules as far as like society, I would just go crazy and just like fuck with shit and just do what I wanted.
When
Be a
was
pirate,
wait when
that'd be cool.
when was World War One?
Early. 1911.
1912 is World War One, and then when's World War Two?
1943,
Yeah.
42, 41.
That's what I'm
Well,
saying.
Roaring
I'd go
20
back
sounds
to-
kind of lit, bro.
Yeah.
Roaring 20 sounds kind of lit.
Oh shit, there's a lot of
But
war.
you would get drafted for sure. But if you go in the future, you might just be in the apocalypse. Let's be honest.
Yeah. That's what I'm saying. You don't really know if you're gonna.
I go in the
pop up in a
past. You know who
dust bowl.
wins? We're in the winning team here. You know what I mean? Like I'll go 100 years in the past. I'll be fine, as long as I don't get killed in war.
I feel like we'd both be dead.
No, bro.
Even if you win, a lot of people die.
There was this. It's funny about that. I'm sorry. There was a video that I
I'm a
was
draft dodge.
yesterday.
motherfucker. Say I won't in
I'm a
fucking World War
diabetic.
II. Dude, I'm a time traveling. I'm a time traveler. I'm fucking dodging the shit out of the draft. I'm not fucking time traveling to go to war. You insane?
And I feel like if you have the same personality that you would have now, like,
Yeah.
you'd just be like, fuck off. And they'd be like,
Yeah.
excuse me, what? Like, actually, we're not doing one.
Excuse me, what?
What continent are we on?
at this
Excuse
point.
me, what?
Tally ho, lad.
I feel like I could. I'm not saying I'm any smarter than anybody back then, because I'm not. But I feel like I could be slick and get out of it somehow.
Yeah. I mean, people were getting away with so much back then.
Bro, I'll just change my fucking name and move,
You know,
5 minutes that way, and nobody knows who the fuck I am.
Yeah.
Like,
initially I was gonna say past, but combined with the racial issues and war, I'm probably gonna see what's going on in the future.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But you
Yeah.
gotta
I don't
stay
have a
in it.
choice.
Yeah.
The apocalypse, it's gonna come at some point.
I was just thinking, I was like,
Roll
oh, I
the
would
dice.
know what stocks to invest in, and I'm just like, they all crash in like
Yeah.
1930.
Sell all the Yahoo and buy all
1929.
the Google.
Yeah, it doesn't even exist.
So, yeah, not 100 years.
Because then
You'll be old, but fuck you.
Damn. So would you be the same age then if you go back 100 years?
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah.
It's just
Okay.
you right now.
Okay. Then I wouldn't mind investing in something for the future.
But what would you even invest in? GE, I guess, or some shit like.
KitchenAid.
100 years. Fuck, man. I don't know.
Smith and Wesson or some shit.
Johnson
Ford.
& Johnson.
Browning.
Actually, I don't even
Browning
know.
would be a fucking hell of a one. to
Fuck
invest
yeah,
into.
dude. Browning.
Okay.
Benefits
So you
from
got
all
another
the
one?
war. New York style pizza is better than Chicago style pizza.
For sure.
I agree.
Okay, wait. What is New York style?
Yeah,
again?
that's what I'm
It's like the
Thin crust and greasy.
Goodfellas.
Chicago is the deep dish that's more like lasagna.
Okay, I like Chicago.
Yeah, I'm a thin crust.
See,
Yeah,
I like
same.
thin crust from St. Louis.
I don't like thin crust, but I think that the New York style thin crust is good.
Yeah.
I don't like the crispy ass thin crust. Fuck that shit, bro.
See, see, like if I'm making pizza myself,
If it's a small-
it's gonna be overcooked and crispy. That's just
The
me.
way I'm saying,
Maybe.
the deep dish, the
Like the
Chicago
slices are
pizza is
smaller, though.
closer to lasagna than
Yeah,
it
you
is
lose
pizza.
half of it
Which
right
the
there.
ingredients are good. It's still good, but when I want pizza, I don't want lasagna. I want pizza.
Can we pick our own toppings? Is that a possibility?
Yeah, of
Yeah.
course.
Because I do a deep dish with some Alfredo sauce.
Never even thought about it, but I mean that sounds pretty good. I still think I'd take the red
Alfredo
sauce
lasagna.
though. I'd take
Sounds good.
I just anything Alfredo sauce. is fine.
Chicago.
Alfredo is fire.
So
But,
what?
yeah,
so
I'm
so
going
what are
New
y'all
York.
picks? Your pick is Chicago.
I'm going
Definitely
to New York.
Chicago.
You think
You
Chicago?
switched. You said New York.
Well, whichever one's thin crust, I don't.
New
I don't
York.
That's New York.
New York.
Yeah, definitely.
I'm doing New
I'm
York.
going New York.
New York. Okay. Now we're just gonna do the last one. All right. So we're about to close out here soon, but we have one last question for you guys that we always ask everybody
Yeah,
that's
these are
on here.
good.
All right. So if there was a fight
Oh.
to the death,
All right.
who would win? A silverback gorilla
Here we go.
or a grizzly bear?
High key a silverback, no doubt.
Oh my.
Okay, so you have to
No
put in
doubt.
perspective like the grizzly bear's claws. The
Yes.
size of the grizzly bear.
Way bigger.
Way bigger. Except the
Way
gorilla-
stronger.
I would say the gorilla would be more agile and could like grab on the back, but
Okay.
My
do they know
I'll
how
give
to
you-
punch?
Yeah, they fucking they
They don't have claws though, and also a grizzly bear's strike is way more significant than a strike from a gorilla.
Like they could scratch into a tree.
But I
Boom!
feel like they're
knock
so
a tree
much
the fuck out.
Yeah.
just more sluggish. Like they're
That's
just like
that's fair. They're more like a
and a
tank.
gorilla would just
Yeah.
jump on you like.
Well, and gorillas do like bite, like they have canines.
They
so-
do.
They have
They
sharp-ass
got
teeth.
they got fangs. Yeah, they
So I
got
feel
fangs.
Sharp
like,
ass thing.
I feel like honestly, if I'm watching this fight go down, like literally there's a ref and everything. Let's say they have a giraffe ref.
That's a
as
brave
Yeah.
ref.
you know,
Giraffe.
I feel like
Yeah, you know, so he doesn't
So
get
I
too
can
close.
see
He
the
can stick his
aerial.
neck close enough to see what's going on, but
That's
not really
funny.
be in action.
Okay.
If that's all that's happened, right now what I see happening is the grizzly going for like a swipe of some sort, and the silverback like grabbing his arm and just like literally tearing. Like I just see the grizzly like taking a chunk out of its neck.
I
or
feel
something
like
that.
I feel like the argument that people are making is that the gorilla is so swift and just able to move around. But I think that if to make it into like an example that everybody could really relate to is it's like if you put Mike Tyson in the ring with Mayweather. Yes, Mayweather is going to be way more swift, but if Mike Tyson gets his hands on him at all, it's fucking over. It's a one hit done.
I
was
think
thinking, like,
I think
Shaq
you'd have to
versus-
do like an out of
Yeah.
10. Like you gotta have
Shaq
10
versus
gorillas.
Allen Iverson.
You gotta think about it too though. A grizzly bear. This honestly might change your opinion. It also might not. But think about it though. A grizzly bear has to stand on its 4 feet mostly. It can get on its hind legs, but it doesn't have much balance.
That's not
there.
necessarily true though.
So
They'll
wait,
be
like a
fighting
grizzly.
while
I mean, I
standing
get
up.
what you're saying because
Yeah, it
like
depends.
a gorilla could literally just run around.
Oh,
on 2
just do
feet.
circles around him,
Yeah.
and that grizzly he's not gonna be able to like literally turn as fast as he can.
But if you think about it with like a grizzly bear, like they got 2 claws, 2 hands that they can grab something with, and their mouth. Whereas like, and create damage. Whereas like where a gorilla can't really create damage when it's like grabbing you, it can pull you around, but it's not going to do much to a grizzly bear because it's so damn huge.
Yeah.
And I feel like a grizzly probably has some like tough skin.
Yeah.
For
Buff
sure.
Whereas,
fat.
yeah, that too. Whereas
know,
a
bro.
gorilla, like I mean, the grizzly could just be like, oh, but you know, if it strikes out, like their nails are so much sharper than the gorilla's
They're
teeth.
huge. They're like that fucking big.
What I think is, I think you'd have to do like an out of 10, and not like of the same ones. Like you have 10 gorillas, 10 grizzlies.
Yeah.
And
Okay.
you know,
I think
it'll be fairly close.
I still think grizzly wins 7 out of 10.
But I think the gorilla's got it.
7 out of 10.
Just because, probably, yeah, about that. Because I think it's just so much more agile. I think the
And we're
grizzly's
talking
just
like,
gonna be
but location-wise,
the
initial
with its teeth, it'll
so-
just bite its throat.
so
out.
the initial location that we were talking about was like a football field or like a baseball field.
Just a yeah.
Yeah,
Just a
'cause
flat plain.
with trees, no doubt that gorilla is winning.
Yeah, with trees. Yeah.
Dude,
No doubt.
It's
bro,
it's
a
unfair
grizzly
though.
bear can climb a tree so fucking fast.
But
It's insane.
Nowhere near faster than a.
They're
no.
still
It's like
fast
20
for
miles per
their
hour, or
size.
20, 30. Like, it's insane
Yeah.
how fast they can climb a
Like,
tree.
you
It's-
can't-
I think it's
trees-
actually faster. I may be pulling this out my ass. I think it's literally faster than a gorilla.
No, dude. With trees, the
At
gorilla
least
definitely.
straight up. Maybe not jumping from tree to tree.
Bro, with trees, the gorilla definitely has the advantage.
I don't think so.
That's another thing too.
Gorillas swing around, bro.
But that's not like
When
a
did you?
grizzly's just gonna be like,
Who are you, fucking Tarzan? When's the last time? Have you ever think in your mind? Have you ever seen a fucking gorilla swing on a fucking vine like Tarzan?
Not a vine, but a tree, yes.
Bro.
Are you thinking more of like zoo equipment kind of style? Because that's the only place I've seen a gorilla at.
I've never seen a gorilla swing from anything, bro.
I've seen recordings of it. I have literally seen. I haven't ever seen a gorilla in person or a
I don't
grizzly.
believe you.
But recordings, yes, I've seen recordings of a gorilla just like.
I know about the Cincinnati Zoo. They literally have like a whole rope swing for the. I don't know if they're silverbacks though. I feel like silverbacks is like a whole different.
I feel like it's chimpanzees, bro.
I feel like they kind of
No,
combine.
it's
they, they would definitely
It's a gorilla?
not chimpanzees. They
Okay,
were definitely
okay,
gorillas.
okay.
They were for
I trust
sure-
you. I trust you.
They were for sure like gorillas. King
I don't
Hulk.
think gorillas
Hulked up.
Yeah,
Hulked up.
hulked up, hulked up. Like a chimpanzee, like I feel I could take on a chimpanzee. A gorilla,
No chance,
no
bro.
shot.
You think
No
you could
shot.
take
Not
on a
taking
chimpanzee?
no chance.
Yeah.
Their
No
fucking
chance.
reach is like if they knew
You've
how to actually
obviously-
punch or like slap or
I
something.
could take on a chimpanzee.
No, you can't.
Not a gorilla.
I might be like
You can't take on any primate that's. You cannot take on any ape, bro. Period.
I think
Chimpanzee?
I think a
No
chimpanzee-
chance.
Just grab him by his fucking throat, just bash his little head into the.
Which like they are like really
It's like fighting a
strong. Like, they're
10-year-old
like,
that has a lot of energy and really long
It's
arms.
not like a 10-year-old. It's like a fucking. It's like, dude. It's like.
Wait, hold on.
It's like a fucking 5'5" Bobby Boucher mental case that will fucking slam you into the ground and rip your fucking face off. Look up the fucking woman who got her face ripped off by a chimpanzee.
Oh, yeah.
Bet you won't. Ate her face off like he was on bath salts.
Pretty big.
wow, chimpanzees are 4 times as strong as a human.
Yes, that's what I'm saying. It'll never
You're just gonna
happen.
go, no.
That kind of
I'd
changed
be
my.
so scared.
Fucking when the fuck did that happen?
When did they get the update? I don't know, but we didn't.
Damn.
That's what I'm telling y'all.
Okay, maybe I was wrong.
Look up the size
First
of
of
a
all-
grizzly. That's what I'm saying. Look up the size of a grizzly.
I didn't notice they had that many
I was-
muscles. That's a jacked up
I
chimpanzee.
Yeah,
was
one
picturing
without
the
any hair,
little
yeah.
ones.
That's a jacked up.
I was picturing. Okay, I could fuck up a chimpanzee baby.
Yeah.
You're thinking
You're
that-
I'll fuck up a chimp baby.
Motherfucker. Yeah, I can fuck up any baby, bro.
Yeah, like this
Damn.
is what I was thinking of when I think of chimpanzee. I'm thinking of
Yeah,
like
I was thinking of the little ones.
what-
I
what's
still
it
don't
called?
even
Planet
know.
of the Apes looking type of chimpanzee, like
The
which
yeah.
those actually, if you think about it, they kind of did some damage to the earth, and that was like I don't think it was like a lot of them. It was maybe like 100. Like enough
It
for
wasn't
a
just
zoo to hold.
chimpanzees though. They had like orangutans and all that shit. though.
Yeah, because they had that one. That's the ugliest
That
monkey
big
I've ever seen in my life.
motherfucker.
Yeah, the
Yeah.
one that was like the cringe
didn't
moment of
see
that
that.
movie. There's like obviously like a bunch of weird moments in that movie,
Yeah.
but when I saw him, I was just like, it was very like, the face was too flat. It was just like, it was just one of those things, man. It gave me
Well,
the ick. Gave
You
me
ready
the
to
ick.
call it?
Yeah.
All right, guys. This is the end of the podcast. Thank you guys for joining.
Thank you
for
guys.
having us. Oh, okay.
Stay bricked up.
Stay pricked up.
You guys should have like a handshake or something.
You're supposed to say stay bricked up.
Oh, stay bricked
Oh,
up.
stay bricked up. Stay bricked up. Bricked up.
All right, thank you guys for being here, though. Seriously.